All right, what's going on, legends? Are we live? I think we're live. Everyone all good?
All right.
There's like a 7 to 10 second delay, so we need to we need to wait for feedback to make sure we're all good. Man, I made these stupid fucking chicken and egg and cheese fucking things in the air fryer, and I tell you what, it is not doing well in my stomach right now. It's a big fucking mistake. That was a horrible fucking mistake. What's going on, everyone? Sorry to just randomly jump in here, but fucking bloody Samantha, thanks for reminding me, Samantha. I'll turn off the fucking ads while we're doing this shit, and I'll chuck it back on after. Oh man, that stomach is not good. All right, what's going on, everyone? How are we? Adam, Samantha, Zig, everyone, Scotty, Dino, Pork, good to see you all. Drunk, DZ. If I missed anyone, I apologize.
All the
Joker,
lovely congregation here today.
GV, what's going on, lads?
Ready to become full of the spirit of Seagal. Let the healing powers of Seagal wash over me.
Alien, yeah, thanks, mate. I thought I'd go in a different direction with the alien video. Rad, good to see you, Kev. Joker, just have a bit of a chat for a sec, mate. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, just 1 moment.
Yep. How is it going with everybody this beautiful Seagalian Sunday? Well, hanging in there. Anybody else watch the fight last night? Was highly disappointed. That's what it sounds like. How have I been? I've been a little under the weather, but we're trying to get that worked out. I'm going back. I've been back to the doctor for the first time in quite a while. All of a sudden now I have a shitload of VA appointments, which if you ask me if I'd rather have a stick in the eye, yeah, or go to the VA, I would rather have a stick in the eye. But yeah, with that tool, Jake Paul, that's exactly right. I couldn't fucking believe it. Mike Perry looked a little stiff. He stood flat-footed. He stood in the fucking dirty boxing style. Oh yeah, the VA sucks bad. Hella bad. Yeah, Army here. Thank you, Samantha. I appreciate all you guys. I had to be here today. I want to be here today because the last couple times I was on, I was not feeling good before I got on. And let me tell you, the congregation here was so uplifting. The Seagal's miracle powers shined upon me. He blessed me with his flatulence. And I felt so much better. So I wanted to come back today. Hello, Cliff. I wanted to come back today and see all our bright, shiny, smiling Seagalian faces. Segalu Akbar. Segalu Akbar. Segalaluya. Everybody else having a good weekend? Oh, and thank you, Paul. But I hope that everybody is having a glorious, glorious Seagalian weekend. That the weather is lovely, like it is here in Michigan today. It's not too roasting fucking hot yet. What else is new? Everybody checked out that Alien video? Oh, that's a fucking banger. I do believe that we'll be watching that today as a congregation, which would be great because that's a great fucking video. And then for the Patreon members, we saw an excellent video that was not produced by Your Grace or myself. I don't have such skills. However, someone familiar with our church has produced a marvelous video clowning the Satan JCVD. And he's made it so much better that we have to feature it here on the Sunday sermon today.
Oh, damn it. All right, my apologies for the technical difficulties in the intro. I'm not gonna lie. Something just my stomach was not feeling good. Thanks for taking the.
You had to expel the JCVD from your system.
I had to purge it from my system. Correct. Now, did I miss anything exciting? Leaking pipes.
No, just catching up with the congregation.
Nice. Thanks, Cliff. I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. What video? The alien video, mate. Oh, the alien video.
I was discussing the video that we're going to show that was available to Patreon members.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So today's agenda. Actually, I didn't write anything for today's agenda, but we're going to watch a few different videos today. So we're going to go with well, I think we'll watch the alien video because I don't think everyone's seen it. I'm not sure. And then we've got a little compilation clip of some people talking about Seagal. Yeah, exactly right, Samantha. Something's going on. I cooked some chicken, eggs, breadcrumbs, and some cheese. I was watching some dickhead on YouTube, and I made it. But I tell you what, it didn't fucking agree with me after I ate it. That's for sure. So I had to take a bit of a break for a Boris. Sorry, everyone, but lucky the Cardinal was here to take over because fuck, that was rough. That was rough timing. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, back to the agenda. We'll talk some shit. We've got a few videos. We've got 3 videos we're going to watch. Two major videos and 1 smaller video. Well, Pork Fang, you can call it what you want, mate. I'll call it taking a Boris. But yeah, I think we'll keep it low key, have a bit of a chat, see what's going on. And yeah, a lot's happened in the last week since we were here last. There's been some bullets flying in the air. I don't know what everyone thinks about it. I'll be curious to know what everyone thinks about all that actually. With old T Rumpet getting shot at. Actually, we'll do a poll. Let's talk some.
I was going to try to stay away from such an issue, so I wouldn't be.
No, it's not political. I'm curious to know what people think.
Tommy in the comments.
Fake setup. I'll be curious to know what people think. Tragic, fake, either side. All set up by deep state. I'll be curious to know what people think about it all. It's not about getting political. I'm not part of America, so I have no fight in this, dog. So it's not getting political if I bring shit up.
Is that how that works?
Exactly how that works. So if you say shit or anyone else says shit, you guys are getting political because it's about politics. If I say shit, it's just about a dude in Australia commenting about shit that's happening in America, having no idea what's really going on. So it's not as offensive. Here's my take on it. We'll go through it in my take on it, right? This is
no bearing on what happens in Australia. Is that what you're saying?
It does, but I don't give a shit. I'm not in Australia. Even when I was in Australia, I still couldn't give a shit because here's my take on politics, everybody. You might not believe this, but I think that whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, it makes no fucking difference because there's people that are a lot more rich and powerful than any of us that have a lot more at stake, and they're not going to let some politician who's getting paid $170,000 a year dictate what happens with the laws without them having some say in it. So it doesn't matter who the fuck it is, whether you're Labor, Liberal, Democrat, Republic, they're all bought and paid for to some extent. Even your boy Trump, I'm sorry, who people think he's an independent and he's got his own money, all they have to do is show pictures of his grandkids or his kids and he'll just toe the goddamn line. That's just my theory as a naive, and that's in any country, to be honest with you. There's a lot of money at stake, and we're just fuckers watching videos. But anyway, it's crazy. The whole world's just like watching this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's it's all very interesting. Trump is next president, hands down. Yeah, I mean, look, it probably didn't hurt his cause, Dino. Getting shot's not going to hurt your cause. If you stand up and start doing this kind of fucking whatever it is he was doing, it's not going to hurt your cause. That's for sure.
It doesn't change his policies. People aren't going to go, oh my God, he got nicked in the ear. There's still no official report from the hospital that treated him, whether he was actually hit by the bullet or not. There's a convincing photo. Both teleprompters, I've seen pictures of both teleprompters intact. I thought he got hit by glass. 4 other of the Secret Service agents were injured in the attack, but just by shrapnel from secondary frag from bullets striking other shit, plastic and steel off stands and shit like that. So he's grifting on the fact that he was hit by a bullet, but he didn't require any stitches. I don't know if anyone here in the chat's been shot. I have been shot at, and I have been right next to people who were shot in the face. And it requires some stitches. So, I mean, there's
quite a few theories on it, right? I mean,
there's things that are being withheld that should not be withheld, and it makes it look shady. Something's weird. On the other hand, the kid that shot him had a whole list of people that he wanted to hit. Trump wasn't his first choice. He was always a conservative, according to his classmates. He hung out with the Red Hat kids at school. That's how they talked about the kid. But they looked at his computers and stuff, found his first choice, I guess, was Kate Middleton. Biden was also on his list. Trump, he just wanted to do a mass shooting. He used his dad's gun on purpose. He looked up the Ethan Crumbley shooting, which was a school shooting from here in Michigan. And he wanted to see what kind of trouble his parents would be in if he used his dad's rifle. So I don't know if he was trying to get his folks in trouble. Yeah. And Dino's correct where he says there was no Secret Service protecting Trump. They did a shit job because the kid was on the roof for 1 minute and 47 seconds with people in the crowd pointing at the kid on the roof, right? And nobody reacted. And of course, a cop, good old cops. One actually even started to climb the roof. When the shooter turned around and looked at him, he booked it the fuck out of there.
First of all, I like the way you Americans say the word roof, like it's not roof, but you call it a roof.
That might be my Michigan accent.
which is cute. Okay, so I mean, there's a few theories on this. Let's go with one, right? One is that it was real. It happened. Okay, it happened. He got shot. It was legitimate. So So first of all, I've seen videos of people saying, and I've seen people saying to the police, "There's a motherfucker on the roof there," right? And they didn't do shit about it. First of all, how's that doofus getting in there with a rangefinder and whatever else he's got in a ladder apparently, right? And they're letting him in. I mean, that's all absurd. And then there's the FBI, the Secret Service lady saying that like there's slopes on the roof, so they don't want people on there, which is just the dumbest thing I've heard. So that's one thing, right? And then you can say that. I mean, you could say that much like 9/11, I don't think 9/11 was necessarily like a staged thing by the American government. But I think if someone's going to do something and you just turn a blind eye and you kind of open the door for them because you have interests that co-align with what they're doing, I think that happens a lot in the world, yeah, where governments may not be totally oblivious to what's happening, but they might just think, you know what, we've got some interests that might align with a couple of 20-odd cave-dwelling Arabs jumping on a plane and blowing shit up. So we have the most advanced military in the world, but we'll let them do that. Like, that's just my opinion on it, okay? I don't think they did it, but I think the American government, because they had certain interests that may have aligned with, the Homeland Security Act and the Patriot Act and whatever else that came in after that, they may have not stepped up their game as much as they could have. Perhaps the same in this situation where the Secret Service didn't step up the game like they should have because they have a vested interest in the division and derision of the American people. And I'll tell you my theory on this honestly, and I'll be honest with you. Most of the time, I toe a very bipartisan line where I just sit in the middle because I generally see both sides. But in this, I think they just want hatred in America, and they want you guys to hate each other and want to fucking kill each other because it destabilizes the whole world. That's just my conspiratorial opinion, and I don't think it's good for anybody. I don't think it's, regardless of where you sit, I think Americans need to come together and think, you know what? This shit's gone far enough. Politics is not worth killing each other over. We need to come together and try and find a way. That's what I think. Anyway, just completely off
In
topic.
America,
but yeah.
we have the right to campaign. We have the right to protest. We have the right to disagree. We have the right to argue. But we shouldn't have to fear going out, speaking our mind, and having some fruitcake take pot shots at us. That's the fucking truth.
Am I the fruitcake or?
No. The fruitcake who did the shooting. What are you saying? Are you trying?
Yeah. How did he get up there, bro? How does a 20-year-old kid get within 150 meters of the fucking president with a bunch of shit that he should not have and should be red flags? How does that happen? How? You're an ex-army dude. Come on, man. Like, how does that shit happen? Honestly.
I've been trying to figure that out ever since it happened.
Like 150 meters or yards or whatever it is you guys use, I'm not sure. It's not that far.
It was 300 and some odd feet. I'm trying to remember. It was 131 yards, I think, is what it ended up being.
So yards. It's not even fucking meters. It's yards. That's less than meters.
He's hella close, honestly, man. A football field and a half-ish. American football field and a half-ish.
Well, Humongous is going. He was on three times prior to the event. I mean, how did they fucking not know anything about it? I mean,
he was on site 3 times prior, checking it out. He was there the day fucking before, and he was tooling around the metal detectors, and they were suspicious of him there. So there's a suspicious kid wearing gray camouflage pants and a Demolition Ranch shirt, hanging around the metal detectors, but not going through. And they reported him then, and then he climbs up the back of that barn with a ladder. Like I said, a cop climbed up the ladder and what it was like, got to do something. And when the kid looked at him, the cop booked, and they didn't do anything directly after that, which is some fucking crazy bullshit. Now, the Secret Service is already making excuses as to why things happen, and they said, well, there's been a couple decades staffing shortfall.
yeah. Staffing.
Why?
All right.
How the fuck was the buildings not cleared?
All right. So long story.
You got sniper Overwatch.
So according to the poll, we got Trump was shot. Tragic is the highest accord. Fake either side. All set up by deep state. Yeah. Look, I mean, I'll tell you what. Let me just show you this shit, right? Let me just show you this shit. Everyone says Trump was shot, and here's my view on this, right? Now, Trump, everyone says he's for the people, yada, yada. The dude's still in the top 1%. Let me tell you something about people that are in the top 1%, especially like super rich motherfuckers like him and Elon Musk. They're not the same. They don't view you as the rest or us as the same as them. I'm sorry, they don't. We're not the same as them. They don't care about us the same way. It is what it is, right? Now, I found this the other day, and I thought this was interesting, right? I watched this. Just everyone watch this for a sec.
This mask costs $1,000 and is almost undetectable. This is just a consumer-grade model, and the technology is getting better and better. One could assume that a government-grade version of this, which would cost a lot more, would be 100% undetectable. Do you think this is going too far? This mask costs...
Now, I'm not getting all conspiratorial and shit, but this motherfucker bought this mask for $1,000, and he's just unrecognizable now as some other bloke. Now, what are the odds of what the government and the CIA have at like next level shit with voice? Now, who knows if it was even fucking Trump getting shot? Now, I'm not trying to get conspiratorial about shit, but the reality of what we know and the reality of what happens, honestly, when there's trillions of dollars at stake, it's just Yeah, I find I'm very skeptical about everything because I don't believe there's any reason for them to tell us the truth about anything because for the most part they need the world to keep spinning as they do. Um, Elise, thank you very much, my dear legend. What can I give you? I can't even give you a thumbs up or a heart, but thank you, Elise, kindly. Um,
Thank
the
you,
fireman
Elise.
behind the fireman. Yeah, look, someone died. But people die all the time, I mean, taking nothing away from that guy because he's a real human being. But when there's trillions of dollars at stake and whatever is necessary, one person's death unfortunately is yeah, one snatch birthday in the grand scheme of it is not a
Yeah.
lot. Now,
No matter
on a
what,
real
it's
world
bad.
basis, it is. But yeah,
No matter what, it's bad for America. If the shooter would have hit him, it would have been even worse. It's not good for American politics. It's not good for the political temperature here in America to have that happening. You know, no matter what time of year it is, but particularly during this election time and shit, it ain't good. It's not good for nobody.
I'm just laughing at Dino. I would like to bang Trump's daughter, and then glowing. I think it was Biden in a Trump mask. I'm sorry, but I'm a child. That's hilarious to me. Yeah, but the mask thing. Eat the rich. Fuck the rich. Look, the rich are necessary, but not that level of wealth. No one needs to be a multi hundred billionaire for fuck's sake. There's no need for that. When you've
You
got
don't need to
people
have
that
the rich.
I listen, hey,
You don't have to have the rich just to spite the middle class, or we don't have to grow the rich only to grow the impoverished portion of society. People are
it's funny you
becoming
say
rich
that.
at expense.
It's it's funny you say that, Eternal Night. I did hear there is rumors, and I can verify it here if I'm not mistaken. Where are we? I do have it on good effect here that the White House confirms Steven Seagal flying back immediately to become head of Secret Service after Trump shooting. In unrelated news, Putin throws massive party for no apparent reason. But it is confirmed that Stephen, our guide, is going back to help out. Um, they've obviously learned. What's taken place, and he should have been there from the start. Those of you we're going to watch that video, by the way. That was in the latest video. So tonight's agenda. This is a live stream related folder. I've got two videos that are always in here. One of them is this.
Hey, why don't you guys speak English?
I don't know. For some reason, I just enjoy listening to that. Let's do it again.
Hey, why don't you guys speak English?
Which is a bit racist because he speaks multi languages. And another one is the Breaking Bones compilation that I don't know why, but I keep it here. I guess this can be like random filler. I don't know who did this. There we go. Film Drunk. There's like literally, I don't think they've got all of them, but they're up to 100. And then, all right, anyway, that's just background filler. We're going to watch the Alien video. I hope everyone appreciated the Photoshop work there. It was high quality work. And then we've got a little bit of a little special one here, a little bit of a compilation clip. Some fresh clips, maybe. Oh, well, it depends. Some of you may have seen it. Some of you may have. Depends how balls deep you are in Seagalism. A couple of, but I thought what we'll do first is we'll go through some of the comments. This week, this guy didn't appreciate the cutaways. Now, fair point, because I mean, I will admit, in the early days, especially in the early days of when I started this shit, I was very, very balls deep in the cutaways to the point where, like, I would use them instead of actually talking to highlight a point. And some people don't like that. Some people do. Some people don't. This guy did not like it, clearly. That damn cutaway is really tiresome. It is not needed, just a crutch taking the place of entertainment. In fact, all the cutaways are really stupid, as is cussing just to bleep it out. I have to dislike this and ask YouTube not to recommend this crap. And I thought to myself, all right, fair point. I mean, I don't like you. You're a dick. But I mean, you know, I can't hate him for his conviction. He stands by his conviction. Not only is he angry, but he goes the whole step of like not recommending it, like asking YouTube not to send him any more of my shit. That's how passionate he is.
He knows not
See,
what
Paul,
he does. He knows not what he does. He is possessed by the spirit of Beelzebub.
Beelzebub, yeah. Well, he's an angry fella. What else we got? I got this guy here. This guy was angry too.
Full of JCVD. Fuck him.
This guy was just a sensitive bitch. All right. I'm downvoting because you seem disrespectful towards Wing Chun and Bruce Lee is my hero. That's it. That's enough to get a downvote nowadays. That's all it takes. just bagging something that somebody doesn't like, apparently.
What a poussoir. Seagal wouldn't stand for such.
People are sensitive. What can you do? What can you do?
Bruce Lee.
And this one I thought was cute. It's a hard to kill movie cover, but if you look up here, I don't know if I can draw. Here we go. Can we draw? How do we draw? All right, let's try that. Fucking technology. Fuck you. All right, here.
It's
the Eastwood, Norris, Bronson of the 90s. A pleasant surprise. They're saying this bloke here is the Eastwood, Clint Eastwood, Chuck Norris. I'm guessing Charles Bronson is who they're talking about.
Charles Bronson, yeah.
Wow. I still don't understand how the fuck he got Kelly LeBrock. I mean, that's just the strangest thing ever. But I really enjoy drawing. That's fun. We should do a little moustache in there. But yeah, that takes us.
I guess they fixed his hair, but this is the post. This is the post balding era. This is where he's growing his hair back. The miracle of the hair.
Some people just don't get the humor. There's nothing. Look, humor is subjective, glowing. So I watch a lot of shows, and you know what I find interesting. I watch videos of people dancing, like couples dancing, like a guy and his girlfriend. They'll just dance in the middle of the street in like fucking Japan. And I look at the comments section, it's like, wow, the smile on his face really brightens my day. Wow, you can see he's getting into it. What I'm thinking is, these fucking Japanese are watching you dickwads dance in the fucking street thinking you guys are morons, right? And I'm thinking, am I a cynical dickhead? Am I hating on them? They're bringing joy to people. But then I'm thinking, what kind of morons are excited by two dickheads dancing in the middle of a fucking street when they should be just walking like normal humans? I don't know. Everything's very subjective, is my point. Everything's very subjective, and most people are douchebags. Who I realized a long time ago that the what's the nicest way to say this? The minimum, the bar for intelligence, or at the minimum bar for intelligence, I should say, is a lot lower than I thought it was. Or there's a lot of robots out there, NPCs, whatever you want to call it. That's probably the easiest way to look at it. But yeah, I don't know. Again, humor's subjective. It is what it is. All right, what do we got going on in Rehypnol? Fucking Dino Rehypnol. All right, so I thought
in an upper decky. It's going down right now.
Alien video compilation. All right, we're doing a poll for Paul. We're doing a poll for Paul. Paul, by the way, on that note, it's been a year. I'm doing I think the next video might be the second annual Bullshido Awards. We had the inaugural one, which, by the way, is done nicely. The inaugural, where are we? The inaugural Bullshido Awards over a year ago now. Right. 930,000, which is cute. It's one of my best. It's actually one of my best videos. I don't know why, but it was. So we might do the second one because it's been a year. So that's going to happen. If you guys have a suggestion, 2 girls, 1 cup. If you guys have a suggestion for who you want to be in the top 3 for this year, last year we had Ashita Kim, Frank Dukes, and obviously Big Daddy took it out. I mean, really, I just need 2 because the third one's always going to be Big Daddy. There'll be a special mention to the touching and releasing camp. But I'm thinking Nami. I'm thinking Nami might be in there. The
Dillman?
Jiggler. Sorry, Joker.
Dillman and Dr. La Tourette.
I was thinking Toretti because the dildos had his time back in the day. So I was thinking
Dr.
Dr.
La
LT.
Tourette, it would be a rest in peace. It would be a posthumous honor, which I'm sure he's not gotten any real honor since. This would be the most true honor, the most not false honor that he's ever received.
It's a valid point, Scotty. I haven't done a video on Count Dante yet. He's up there. I mean, there's been a lot of people that have done videos on him. Maybe not necessarily.
Kind of the king of bullshido, American bullshido, at least.
Yeah, he was one of the pioneers, wasn't he, in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, he did the Black Dragon Fighting Club that still exists to this day. Yoshida Kim's a member. I believe Dr. John La Tourette was a member of the Black Dragon Fighting Club. If you want to find the legends of American bullshido, they're in the Black Dragon Fighting Club today.
Black Dragon Fighting Club, eh? I like that.
Oh boy, they used to advertise in comic books and shit when I was a kid.
I think I've seen that guy have advertising somewhere. I don't know if it was in comic books, but
yeah, he used to have back in the day in the 70s and 80s. Comics had ad pages that would have a shitload of little block ads for X-ray specs and model rocket kits and spud guns and shit like that. And they'd have the Black Dragon Fighting Club to send away for Count Dante's book on the deadly fighting arts of the Black Dragon Fighting Club.
Fucking Count. Let's see if he's still around now. What's it called? The Black Dragon?
Oh, Count Dante's dead.
Yeah, I know he's dead, but I mean, he's cool, yeah? What's it called? Black Dragon
Fighting Club still together.
You can get well, here's the thing, guys. If you don't want to join or you're too far away like I am, luckily for you, you can get the world's deadliest fighting secrets book for only $29.95. I mean, wow. So if you can't get over there and join, let's see what kind of merch he's got. Black Dragon. Is this US dollars? This motherfucker's charging more than I am, and he's got basic ass print like this going on. Yeah, this looks fancy.
Because if you're gonna fall for that bullshit, oh, that's a cool shirt.
Hey, humongous! That looks like some shit you'd have on your Black Ninja kind of. That's a kind of old school, kind of Asian writing. You know, like fucking mystical kung fu shit you'd have on Black Ninja.
That I love me some bullshido. That is a cool fucking shirt.
That's something Seagal would wear. This is something Seagal would wear with like a dragon kind of thing. So
they have some handsome merchandise.
Is that a dragon? What is that?
I feel torn. Do I support these delusional cretins?
Well, if you like the outfit, mate, go for it. I mean, why not? If you want
to, ironically, obviously, I wouldn't go down to the mall and pick a fight in my Black Dragon Fighting Society T-shirt.
Buy some shoes. You can buy shoes too. I mean, these guys have got a fair bit of merch going on. They're not fucking around.
Fucking hey! I bet you Yoshida Kim has all this shit in his closet.
I thought Seagal was the Black Ninja. Seagal is the every ethnicity ninja. Plague Bunny. It's funny you mentioned that because there will be a special mention to you ruined it now by talking about that shit. But there's going to be obviously part of my script was inducting Paul into the Hall of Fame of Bullshido. But yes, I shouldn't have said yeah. But
he should get a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well, I was thinking of inducting him into the Bullshido Hall of Fame, kind of like they do with UFC fighters and stuff, but just Paul for his contribution to Bullshido.
Oh yeah,
and put it.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to get audio clips of them saying, "And we're going to induct Paul, thank you, Paul, into the Hall of Fame." You know, there's a lot of footage of people inducted into Hall of Fames for whatever. The Hall of Fame. Exactly. No, don't apologize, Plague. I was just joking. Great minds think alike. That's what it is. You know what it's all about. You're a solid member. You know the vibe of Seagalism. So, it was reducing the BDSM club. Ashita Kim got kicked out of the Black Dragon. Oh, did he? There you go, Joker. Ashita Kim got
When
kicked
did
out,
this
mate,
happen?
apparently. Hey? Ask Paul Polito. He's the one saying
Yeah,
it.
Paul. How long ago was Yoshida Kim kicked out of the Black Dragon? I saw a video about one of their other members whose name escapes me. However, Yoshida Kim was still one of the big time members. They got together and kicked this other fuckhead out, who was apparently, I believe, a diddler.
Well, I mean, so it's likely Yoshida Kim is probably a diddler too, if we're being honest.
Then the guy they kicked out was a super diddler, an uber diddler.
Uber diddler. Fuck. I don't know what it takes to be an Uber diddler. Ashita Kim is the ninja. Ashita Kim is the ninja guy. Yeah, the guy who can catch bullets with his hands or his fucking teeth.
He's a romance novelist.
Is he?
Yeah.
What is he? Murtaugh from fucking Lethal Weapon, where he's a novelist on the side?
He's got a book, right? Somebody help me if I'm fucking up the name, but I think it's The Erotic Adventures of Yoshida Kim. And you could buy it on his website, but just go ahead and get the digital if you're going to get it, because he will try to con you into sending a bound book, which I've heard does not come bound. I think he has it ring bound at Kinko's.
Okay. That all sounds very strange.
Are you familiar with Napoleon Bonaparte?
I've heard of him. Someone mentioned him a couple of times. I think I've seen one of his videos. He's
an
his
MMA
deal?
guy usually, but he's got a really good video on Yoshida Kim.
Okay.
And I think there's a British guy that I really like who does God, what is his stuff called? Interesting Stuff from Around the World, I think it's called. He's this kind of mild-mannered British dude. Is he the guy that
has like the Joker picture on his screen?
Yeah. He does the low cows.
I've seen him before.
He does a Yoshida Kim also. That's really good.
Dude, Beverly Hills Ninja is the best. How have I never heard of this? How have you never heard of Beverly Hills Ninja? It's fucking Chris Farley. It's brilliant.
Chris Farley.
Yeah, it's fucking great. That was a classic.
Not necessarily one of his best. It's not Tommy Boy and it's not Black Sheep, which are his best
but
films.
I mean, for what it was with Haru, I mean, that's some great scenes.
It's an awesome film. Chris Farley, dude, was a fucking treasure.
That's his channel. I am not affiliated. What? Whose channel?
I must have missed the comment.
I don't know. Did Neocortex say something else further up? I don't know. I don't see anything.
I can check it out for it.
You can check that out. All right. So what do we vote with first? We're going with Alien video first. All right. We're doing the Alien. So normally what I do is I've been doing. Hey?
Before we do the Alien, can we do the special video?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Isn't it what we were gone when you were our grace was upon his throne?
I was taking this shit, you mean? Yeah.
People were asking.
Okay, so you obviously told people about it. So this video is from Wakanda Forever 1776. I said I was going to give him credit, so there it is. Wakanda Forever 1776. I stumbled upon this. I don't know how. Okay, I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but I will say two things before we start. I mean, as you can see, it's I'm guessing they're using After Effects and they've done well, but it's just humorous. Now, I don't know about most of you, but I grew up watching Kickboxer, Bloodsport, Wrong Bet, all those awesome movies, Out for Justice, Mark for Death, Rambo, all that shit. Yeah, like I was born in the early 80s, but I watched all that shit and I adored it. This person, Wakanda Forever, decided to take the heathen Jean-Claude Van Damme and just, let's call it a 2.0 version. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let it play, and then we'll go from there. All right? Joker, you want to say anything before we start?
I'm trying to figure out if this is our Lord possessed by JCVD or if this was our Lord and Master doing motion capture for the scene.
This is the upgrade.
And they just put JCVD's skin over the original which was performed by our Lord Seagal.
Well, I think the thing is they couldn't afford to have this in the film, so they had to go with the other version. That's basically the short of it, I think. They couldn't afford... yeah. All right, without further ado, enjoy. Feeling tomorrow gonna be a price to pay. So good today. By the way, that's the highest. Can we all agree that's the highest this motherfucker's ever kicked? But this is legendary. Okay, let's all appreciate this person and give me a thumbs up for their brilliant video. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, I didn't appreciate that though. If we're being honest, I don't know what happened here. I think they fucked up here. But look, I don't appreciate Van Damme punching Cigar in the face.
See, and then it changes.
I
believe
don't know what happened there.
That's
my favorite right there. Then, okay. All right. Well, tell me that wasn't legendary.
Oh, fantastic.
That was brilliant. I think absolutely every single person was enjoying every single minute of that, judging by the thumbs up and the cheers and the whatever else. Again, Wakanda forever. Well done. Legendary work. I already messaged the young lady or young man. I'm not sure if it was a lady or a man. I think it was a young lady. And I asked if I could use that in my videos, and they said yes. So I will be using that somewhere along the way. But that was fucking hilarious. Now, we'll watch it again because there's a few things I want to mention. The first thing I want to mention is I watched this clip so many times, and when Space Ice used it in his videos, I loved it. But I was also jealous because I wanted to use it so many times because it's literally one of my favorite scenes in any movie, watching him dance and doing the ass shaking shit. But this is just legendary. Seeing the great man himself. I mean, look at that. Look at everything here. The face. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh. Everything down to the because I've seen the original, so they're down to the shaking. It's fucking brilliant. Oh man.
Watching himself.
This guy sitting there, not impressed by his own dancing. even this where he does the come up and dance with me. That's such a Seagal move. I don't know if it looks like they've got a bum bag on him. Is that a bum bag he's wearing, or what you guys call a fanny pack? I guess I don't know. Yeah. We call it a bum bag.
It's something.
It looks like they put a fanny pack on him as well. His little stumpy arms here. That's the best right there. Yeah, I don't know. If I had a JJ, I'd be dripping right now. I hear you, Rad. I'm pretty sure that's what Samantha's feeling right now, and the other ladies in here. Definitely. Anyway, I told this person if they come up with any other gold like that to just send it to me, because obviously, I want to that video is my new happy place. Yeah, look, I'll post it on YouTube at some point. It is on Patreon for those of you that are on Patreon, but yeah, I'll post it at some point. It's yeah, Samantha, exactly. She's drooling. But yeah, if you ever want to see, it's called End of Times is the channel name, but the actual @ is Wakanda Forever, whatever I said. I haven't seen the rest of their videos, but that was enough for me to appreciate their work. Yeah, okay, so that'll make an appearance at some point.
Thank you,
that I
Paul.
am.
Thank you, Paul. Sagalu Akbar.
All right, where are we? We'll do the alien. We'll watch the alien vid now. So yeah, I thought I'd do something a little bit different with the alien vid. I've been cracking out some, reviews of Lawman and movie reviews, which are always fun. But sometimes I just like to just get really stoned and get into my own fucked up head and just make up some shit, and, and just do some editing for a bit of fun. And there's enough reasons to make me think that he could be an alien, so I thought I'd go with it. The next one, like I said, will be a bullshito video, but yeah, I don't know, the alien, and I really wanted to do some Photoshop with some of the videos photos I found, like the one with the cookies on the nipple. I thought that was great. Basically, what I did is, I'll show you guys now. Actually, I've I've got a where are we? I've got some PNGs here, which are like
absolute treasure trove of the images of our girthy guru. Oh, look at that.
That's his
It
goatee.
looks like a vagina.
That's his goatee right there. That's his hair hat wig that I cut off his head. That's some sort of shit off his head. And then there's somewhere there's sunglasses as well. His orange sunglasses. So, yeah, well, his hair is basically like the symbiote from fucking what's it called, Venom. But we'll have a bit of a watch of that right now anyway. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's interesting. YouTube's interesting. Like, I mean, it goes in ebbs and flows. Sometimes I'll release a video and within like 24 hours, half the people on my channel would have seen it. And sometimes I'll release a video like this one and like literally not even 10% of people have seen it. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how it fucking works, but yeah, we'll watch the uncensored version too. Fuck the censored bullshit. We're gonna go hardcore. We're gonna watch the uncensored version. All right, one moment.
What if Steven Seagal is an alien?
Hold on. All right, so I enjoyed making this. I mean, literally just the sunglasses, goatee, and hair. As soon as someone sees that, I think they automatically think of Steven Seagal. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I might be biased, but anyway, I'll let it run, and we'll Joker, if you want to, yeah, I'll come in and have a chat at some point, but I'll be back in a moment.
What if Steven Seagal is an alien?
He also mentioned something about Kelly's first date with you, saying, I guess he quoted her as saying you were like an alien. Which I can understand because you act like an alien right now, but no.
Now, hear me out. There are a lot of wild conspiracy theories out there about ancient aliens or beings from another universe or galaxy. Here, visiting us. Hovering around just enough for us to see them, but not good enough so they can hide from us. You know, those advanced motherfuckers that everyone sees but nobody has seen captured on decent quality footage, even though we all have 500 megapixel cameras.
Imagine a creature with the same increment in intelligence above us that we are compared with the chimpanzee. That increment in intelligence would only be represented by a small difference in DNA. But imagine that intelligence. That would be extraordinary.
Some intelligent people accept that they are here among us, beacons of energy and life. I don't mean your green goblins or your lizard people, but your more advanced life form.
Because to me, likely, aliens are living among us.
I'm Steven Seagal.
Not in the trivial sense, little green men, but the force that created life.
I mean, if Joe Rogan says it, you know it's true.
The cookies.
And Jamie definitely wouldn't lie.
They're on the same planet as us, and if we blow up the planet, it goes away from
So
them.
they're here, we just don't know where they are.
And that's
I think I know where they are, Joseph Rogan.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
Cookie! I started to think about the Great One, his career, his physical manifestations, and his all-around Zen nature. And I realized, Big Daddy Gooch Gremlin is from another world.
No, I mean, this happens more to me now that I'm an adult. I'm semi-adult anyway. But when I was young, sometimes I would have a knack of knowing what people were thinking.
I was born clairvoyant.
And that was based on just being intuitive, or do you think you're actually...
Well, I think I was intuitive or maybe semi-psychic, but...
Before you dismiss me, allow me to show you some proof, and then you can let me know if you agree or if you think
I'm an idiot that, doesn't know anything.
That's what the comment section's for. Your hatred. The physical. Other than being a specimen that most people could only dream of becoming, Big Daddy Demigod has been in pristine condition his whole life and only gets stronger as he ages.
I've been in the martial arts for almost 50 years, and I'm getting better.
And yes, in his youth, he may have appeared to look frail. Some might say twiggy with the body of a...
Dino, no one knows, mate. Nobody knows the answer to that question. It boggles the mind. No one knows the answer, mate.
12-year-old prepubescent boy, but that didn't stop him from fucking up anybody who was in his path.
But I don't care about the law.
And I would be neglectful if I didn't mention that glorious crown atop his head, what we normal people call hair.
Did you tell her about your little hat there? Yeah, your little hair hat there.
Which other entity's hair becomes thicker and bolder as they age? Naturally, of course. Nobody. Unless you are not human at all.
It's miraculous.
It's not probably an alien.
I mean, if this thing itself isn't alien, literally, like some Venom symbiote shit, then I don't know what is. And now, at the tender age of 72, he is still in peak physical condition and still teaching people how to
fuck you up, Uncle.
All over the globe, mainly Russia, but everywhere. While people like Arnold and Van Damme are rolling around looking like slobs, our extraterrestrial master is looking as svelte as ever.
Why do you support Vladimir Putin, Mr. Seagal?
I can't answer a question if that's stupid. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why is it a stupid question? It's just an open question.
No, I think it's pretty stupid, and I think you know the answer.
Ancient techniques. His kicks are a thing that other martial artists like Jean-Claude Van Damme and Scott Adkins.
What was that?
So he got a little salty with that reporter, didn't he? He said he got a little salty with that reporter, didn't he?
Yeah, he was angry. That was during the Putin inauguration thing. He asked him about why he supports Putin, and obviously, the West doesn't like that. He doesn't like it either.
That was a stupid question.
He will answer what he wants. He will answer what he wants to answer, and nothing else.
Aspire to reach, but seems beyond any mere mortal. Sure, they can do kicks that require extreme athleticism and training, but can they do this?
I want more penetration.
Or this? And it is 100% undisputed fact that he has ancient fighting knowledge that he has passed down and helped crown 3 UFC champions.
Does he have to be filming now?
Second to none.
Alex Ferrer.
I was screaming at him, and I think he heard me. And I was screaming at him. I said, do the kick, do the kick. Let me tell you this, the guys that I'm training in UFC, some of them have gotten their championship belts, world championship belts, because they've attributed that to me and me teaching them. So I still know a thing or two.
Say what you will about Sensei Butterbean, but whether you want to admit it or not, 3 people that he's worked with have all become champions after working with him. So call it coincidence, call it what you want, but Alex Pereira also, after working with Seagal, he did, Dino. He was the first private citizen to disarm a nuclear bomb. Apparently the key to that is paying thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, I imagine, more than anything else. I got told that one time Seagal killed 5 guys just using his pinky toe. He wasn't even around. He was in a hotel with a bunch of hookers. Yeah, that sounds about right, Freight Edges. That sounds about right, mate. That's Seagal. Seagal told lines to be straight. Seagal snorted lines. That's about all he did. That's about all he did with lines, Marza. He snorted them. He didn't tell lines to do anything. He just snorted lines. That's about all he did.
Need more proof? Just ask the man himself.
Am I the inventor of kicks and punches? Of course.
Ask you your top 5 fighters of all time, any discipline.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say definitely. I'm gonna say Steven Seagal.
When there are only myths and legends about your fighting abilities, and no actual proof or evidence that you've actually used your abilities, then you know you are otherworldly.
The difference is we're very careful who we teach this. I don't care who you are. If you know what we know. Yeah. And I'll show you some of that stuff. So,
first of all, what I find hilarious, right, is right here. He talks about how they got all this dangerous knowledge, and it's just forbidden to just teach the average person. If you know what they know, nobody's a problem because you can dismantle anyone. And he's like, but then he just like blasely says, "Yeah, and I'll teach you some of this stuff."
I don't care who you are. If you know what we know. Yeah. And I'll show you some of that stuff.
And I'll just show you some of that stuff that just kills everybody and dismantles everyone. Oh, I'll just show you some of that stuff, because fuck, he's awesome. He's so awesome. He's the best.
Just real quick.
Hey?
I was saying here that the front kick is literally the first kick you learn in karate, taekwondo, Muay Thai, or MMA.
Yeah.
Actually, when I trained with Dan, the first kick I learned was a leg kick. Front kick was probably the second one that we learned at Dan's. But the others were the leg kicks.
You guys are missing one key component, you see. Most kicks, front kicks, aren't like Seagal's front kicks, you see. What he does, where are we? What he does is he doesn't telegraph it. He does it in such a way that it's like a spear. This is fucking kicks. I didn't go too far. He does it in such a way where it's like a spear. Where are we? Fucking kicks. Where's your damn kicks, fat boy?
He does the stutter step.
He's showing his kicks here. I don't know where it is. Where the fuck are his kicks? I don't even know where this shit is in my own video. We're going too far? Or are we going way too far?
Right here.
Okay, here.
Way too far.
So he does like a little here. That one there. It's like a little kick. Apparently, it's like a non-telegraphed kick, as he calls it. It's a variation on the front kick that he's been perfecting for X amount of years. Apparently, allegedly. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. You can decide whether or not you think it's true or not, but either way, he taught a lot of people, and they won. Anyway, meanwhile,
Steven Seagal.
When there are only myths and legends about your fighting abilities, and no actual proof or evidence that you've actually used your abilities, then you know you are otherworldly.
The difference is we're very careful who we teach this. I don't care who you are. If you know what we know. Yeah. And I'll show you some of that stuff. So this is my fighting pose. Yeah. And from here, I might do this. I've already killed you, but I have this now.
We're going to take a brief pit stop to thank today's sponsors, all of you loco mofos out there, for supporting me.
That's you, motherfuckers.
Your kind words, and I love you all, you legends.
I fucking love you. I love you.
I fucking love you too. I fucking love you too.
Actual sponsors.
By the way, if y'all haven't seen this video, please go and watch it afterwards, because it helps instead of just watching it here. Also, you can watch it without my fat head and voice interrupting. But please go and watch it if you haven't seen it already. Thank you.
Especially if you're in the cookie or hair product industry, you're missing a golden opportunity, you bums. For now, check out this awesome range of merch, which is guaranteed to make you 3,000% more fucking badass. Now on with the show. The spiritual.
By the way, I had an awesome time finding like 1950s alien sounds. Somebody, I can't remember, I think it was Glowing. Somebody said they appreciated the editing of the audio sounds. I had a fun little time picking through like 50s audio alien sounds and shit, which is why it sounds old school. Yeah, I don't know if anyone picked up. I guess the average person doesn't really give a fuck about that shit, but this is the stuff you think about when you're editing. which no one probably gives a shit about on the consumer end, but on the creator end, this is like little things you think about.
Throughout history, aliens have popped up as a great source of wisdom, knowledge, and spirituality.
See, I appreciate the ancient knowledge because the ancient knowledge is giving us an insight into what's happening in the future and what's happening now. And you start to see the enlightenment. You begin to realize there's only one source that exists. And I mean the source of energy, the divine spark that powers this entire universe.
Big Papa Carbonara brings wisdom, knowledge, and teachings. How many of you can say that you're recognized as a reincarnation of Chundrag Dorje of Palyul Monastery, a 17th century legend? According to the Manifesto of Truth, as a Teuton, Chundrag rediscovered secret teachings and objects hidden by Padmasambhava in the 8th century. Yeah, say that shit 10 times. Such treasures were hidden with the intention that they would be discovered and revealed at a later date when circumstances were such that they would bring special benefits to sentient beings. Well, obviously...
Thanks, Humongous. I know you appreciate those shit because you make videos also, bro. So you might appreciate those little things. Thanks, bro.
Big Daddy Dipshit doesn't think we are ready for all of his wisdom, so this hasn't happened yet.
There are those who have sought to use their strength and knowledge, not for the greater good, but for their own evil ambitions. For those of the most precious wisdom to leave behind to us have been forsaken.
But he has dropped hints and nuggets of gold along the way. Have you been paying attention? For the record, he is also a Lama, a Tulku, and a Rinpoche.
Yeah, I am a Lama, I'm a Tulku, I'm a Rinpoche, and I have studied Buddhism and Zen.
I love how he takes a fat boy fan with him everywhere he goes. Like, literally, when he was in Russia, he was walking around with this little fat boy fan, which he takes with him everywhere. And I can't hate on him because in Thailand, I really wish I had one here in Thailand. I need a fat boy fan, because it's hot as shit. But he takes one with him everywhere he goes. He's like literally fucking fat boy fan. That's a new phrase, fat boy fan.
All of those just sound like official names for absolute fucking legend.
Don't you realize that Jude Fatoff is the greatest actor ever?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know.
He is the foremost authority on Buddhism, Zen, and the nature of being brilliant. Just ask him yourself. It's rough being a spiritual god.
I went in the house, I smoked the crack that I had the money for.
It's good to see he's kept his promises, though. Seagal promised to lessen suffering all over the world when he was inaugurated. Thus, he has since conducted several workshops on compassion at New Age retreat centers. Sounds like he's changing the world.
That's how you change the world, guys. You start doing workshops on compassion at New Age retreat centers. If you want to change the world, forget about homelessness, poverty, hunger. You do fucking workshops at New Age retreat centers for hippie bitches and douchebags that have got like stressful lives and they want to be held and suck on a diaper while they get cradled by some woman. That's the way to change the world. That's the way to change the world. I'm just saying.
And that in doing these things simultaneously, we learn first and foremost how to make the world a better place and help others. That is what we call a legacy. Yes. And it's another reason why I'm viewing this, you prick.
Some celebrity Buddhists are clearly jelly, speculating that Big Daddy Buddha is faking it, and perhaps he's paid his way into that title. Obviously, Dickie Gear is jealous of Seagal's thick natural hair, and he's just hating. He wouldn't know ancient wisdom if a gerbil crawled up his...
All right, how many of you actually get that joke? Does anyone get that joke or not?
The Richard Gere joke? Oh, yeah.
The Richard Gere gerbil joke. Does anyone get that? How many of you get that Richard Gere gerbil joke? Cardinal, do you know what it's about or not?
Oh, yeah. That's been a legend since I was a little kid. That
okay,
Richard
so you're aware. All right. I was wondering how many
admitted
people
to the hospital with, and had to have it surgically removed.
Allegedly, it's all bullshit. But what's the chat? Is the chat aware of the Gere gerbil or not?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like most of everybody.
Fact, it is a false rumor, but still doesn't make it any less funny.
That was a popular rumor. That one and Rod Stewart having to have sperm pumped out of his stomach. Gross rumors from when I was a kid.
I didn't know about the Rod Stewart, but I did know about Richard Lemmy Winks.
I had friends. I had friends that used to call the Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart and his band, the Sperm Bellies. Rod Stewart and the Sperm Bellies.
Well, why don't you explain it? Why don't you explain it for people that don't know, Joker? Because there's some people that aren't familiar with the rumor.
Yeah, back in the day, the rumor was that Richard Gere had a gerbil surgically removed.
Well, it was put up his ass, allegedly, and it had to be removed. But the rumor wasn't. Yeah, the rumor wasn't Richard Gere had a gerbil up his ass. So, I was just wondering how many people would get that reference, because I just left it out there without following up on it, and I was just wondering how many people would have actually picked up on that joke, because I kind of subtly threw it in there, yeah.
Obviously, Dickie Gear is jealous of Seagal's thick natural hair, and he's just hating. He wouldn't know ancient wisdom if a gerbil crawled up his.
So again, it's based around the fact that a certain demographic of people would get that, but yeah, I wasn't even born yet. How do you do that? How do you do what, Max? Put a gerbil up your ass or get it removed? Which one are you asking about, mate?
With a toilet paper tube.
Because to be honest with you, I don't know the answer to either of those questions, Max. I don't know how you get a gerbil up your ass or how you get it removed, but 2 girls, 1 cup. Dino, you're really into 2 girls, 1 cup, mate. You need to let it go, brother. You need to let the cups go, bro. Let the girls and the cups go. I don't know if I did this today, but cheers, my friends. Cheers to you on a Sunday. Thank you all for joining me in the Cardinal tonight. Legends.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul and Dan. Rumor, tube inserted. Put gerbil in tube. Put tube out. Gerbil skirts to that. Okay, well, yeah. That wasn't even wild. Seagal can act. He doesn't need to act. He says himself it's not to act. All right, anyway. Let's get back. Look at the handshake. Look at the size difference. He would maul Putin if it came down to like who was going to be like power bottom or power top. Like he would manhandle Putin. Like Putin has all the money in the world, but if they were alone in a room, we know who's going to be cuddling who. That's all I'm saying.
Ancient linguistics. Well, most of us Westerners speak English.
By the way, that is possibly one of my favorite GIFs ever created, just purely because the singlet, the run, the hand flailing, everything. It's just brilliant.
Shakespeare converses in a dialect and manner in which mere mortals struggle to comprehend.
Hey, why don't you guys speak English?
Sure, people say it's because he mumbles and says a bunch of nonsense.
I saw you're still at the class.
But to the expert linguists out there, we know we have to decipher a clearly advanced form of communication. Many people speculate on how we would communicate with aliens if they're among us. And the answer is quite simple.
Speaking English, nor French, nor Mandarin. That being said, if they send radio signals here, the largest radio telescope is going to pick it up first. And you know where that is? The largest radio telescope in the world is in China.
Well, luckily, Sensei Super Chin's is fluent in all languages, especially Chinese. He's the multilingual King Dick, or
that we call in Chinese Bahui.
Most of you won't be able to understand this form of language, but I've taken the liberty of translating some for you so that you can appreciate the wisdom of Sensei scriptures.
This is called Rosability Longs.
That kills me every time.
I mean, the odds. So this was, I think, from the Asian Connection, if I'm not mistaken. I can't really remember. I think it was from Asian Connection, which is filmed in Thailand. Now, as somebody who lives in Thailand, the odds that Seagal plowed everyone on the set are pretty high, including that poor girl there who looks like she would have taken a battering from that big mammoth that's standing right next to her. Yeah, she would have. Yeah, she copped it. I'm just saying, she copped it. She definitely copped it.
every motherfucker birthday.
By the way, you know what the thing about this clip is? I'm going to play it for you guys now in its entirety. I don't know how many of you seen it in its entirety, but the snatching birthday clip. I need you guys to understand how long it goes for without any editing. Okay, so just watch. Just watch the whole clip right now, so you can actually just see it, including pausing, breathing, everything. So just watch. Still going. Still pausing.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Because now I will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
So again, if we just go back to about here, it's about here. There's a good 8 seconds of just sitting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. about 7 seconds of him just sitting there saying literally nothing. I can't include that in most of the clips because I'll get copyright struck. But if you think about it, it's pretty ridiculous. Like what's he thinking? He's just sitting there doing nothing.
He more than likely improvised the line, and it took him a second to come up with the genius that is, "I will snatch every mother birthday," which is one of the most genius lines.
You think he came up with that himself? That's kind of Shakespearean stuff. I don't know. I mean, that takes time. He may have written that, but to come up with such a poignant line on the spot, that's I don't know. Even I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I'm not going to put it beyond him because he is who he is. But something like that, that's up there with some of the most whatever fucking lines. I can't even think of any right now. I'm trying to think of like a famous line. Like say hello to my little friend. Yeah, yeah, exactly what I was thinking of. He broke her. He's obviously ethnic fluid. You think Big Papa has a Grinder account? Joe Biden paused. Joe Biden doesn't pause. He has like a little brain fart, and then he has to like kind of be jolted back to life with like a fucking what's it called? Like what are those things called? The defibs. You know what's funny? Sorry to we'll go off topic before we'll get back to it in a minute. Fuck. I talk to people, right, that are that I guess you'd call them Democrats. Again, because I don't fit in either side. I think all sides are douchebags, and if you're a Democrat or a Republican or a Labor or a Liberal in Australia or a whatever, well, suck a dick, because ultimately, if you're relying on the government, then you're a stooge and you suck. If you sorry, let me rephrase that. If you think the government's here to help you and they're supposed to be here to help the people, then you suck and you're wrong. I fucking forgot where I was going with it. What was I talking about before I start? Oh, Joey B. Joey B. or Donny T. or in Australia, I've got someone called Anthony Albanese, who's our Prime Minister. They're all just giant douchebags. Most of them mumble shit. Everyone thinks they're smart or intelligent because they're politicians. No, they're not. They're just douchebags that were just propped up to their whole lives and just made their way through the system and now make decisions that impact all of us. That's all they are. They're nobody important. Could Steven Seagal do a better job? Yes, I believe he could. And the reason for this is, say what you will about this is a giant slob, but at least he's been around. He's got money. He's got friends all over the world. He's friends with Putin. He's friends with Donald Trump. He's friends with Biden. He's friends with everybody. The man should be Prime Minister or President at least, or VP. He should be VP if nothing else. I remember actually seeing a clip about a politician talking about. Sorry if I can find it now. Steven Seagal politics. I'll see if I can find it. There was a clip about a politician actually praising Seagal. I don't think I can find it now. There's a clip about a politician praising Seagal for his help with negotiating with Putin. So, I'm just saying, as much as people mock this guy right now, no one thought Arnold Schwarzenegger would be governor, right? Let's be real. No one ever thought Arnold Schwarzenegger would be governor. The odds that Seagal might be some kind of, president or VP or maybe like he's an ambassador to Russia, but maybe he'll be like Putin's VP one day. You know, it's
You
something to
never
look forward
know.
to. Well, something to
Or
strive
prime
towards.
minister.
Yeah, I know what's up in Australian politics. I saw the Friendly Geordies video. Yeah, the Friendly Geordies is awesome. And that guy got his house fucking torched because he was going after the people that, in the government. That's another thing. The government is just a bunch of douchebags. You know what the funny thing is? If someone had asked me if I was the way I talk about hating the government, you'd think I was a what's the word? A full-on capitalist, right? Which I'm not. I believe, but serious Lupin. That's the second time you've deleted a message. Why you keep deleting messages for? Say what you're gonna say, bruv or sister, whoever you are, bruv. Don't delete messages. Let it go. Let it ride. Let it ride. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying, but anyway. We're talking about governments, I think. Weren't we? Yeah, anyway, whether it be Australian or whatever, I'm not a person that believes I'm not a capitalist, but I'm definitely not a socialist. I think we need to find some kind of harmony in the middle, ideally. But I definitely do not think that our governments are here to help us. I'd have more faith in Steven Seagal helping me than I would my own government. Let me put it that way. At least his douchebag's running on his own moral principles, not something that's being bought by money. Look at that face; he's so adorable. That was when he was telling Piers Morgan, by the way, that he was still dangerous. If you look at his face, half asleep, bad typing. Don't worry, Sirius, it's all good, mate. I'm fully awake and I'm still talking shit, so don't worry. I just want to eat. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Rad guy. This is for you, Rad guy. Oh no, that's not the one. My bad. Where are we? Fuck, I thought I had it. That's annoying. I thought I had the fucking just want to eat. Nope, lost it. I had a video where where I actually edited Jean-Claude Van Damme in Universal Soldier saying I just want to eat, but I put Seagal's face on it, but I don't have it anymore. I don't know where it is. I must have lost it. You seem like a moderate to me. What the hell's a moderate mean? Does moderate mean someone in the middle, or what's the deal with that? What's a moderate considered to be? I don't go left or right. I think I just try and apply logic to shit. Yeah, like I don't belong to any party. I don't believe that liberals are 100% on everything. I don't believe that conservatives are 100% on everything. I'm just a dickhead that's in the middle. And not even in the middle. I just try and apply logic to each argument. So some things the left or whatever might be better, and some things the right. I don't know why you have to identify with a side. Just use your fucking brain. It's not that fucking hard, really. None of these dickwads. Doesn't matter what country they're in. I don't. Other than Steven Seagal, I don't think, and that's for completely different reasons. I don't respect anyone enough to 100% believe in anything they say, and that goes with me or my own family members. So there's no way I'd be fucking interested in anything any dickhead has to say. Label makers will go out of fashion. Exactly, glowing. By the way, the 10 Commandments. I forgot to tell you, Joker. The 10 Commandments of Seagal. They're coming soon. By the way, I've started working on them. I'll send you a draft, and you can add some shit in too, and we'll just do a bit of back and forth.
Yeah, good.
But hey. What? You frozen? You there? You moving? No, you got some what?
Yeah. I'm having some internet issues.
You sound like you're breaking up. I don't know if it's me or not, but you sound like you're breaking up a little bit. No, it looks like the joke is gone. I can't hear him. All right, anyway. Stubby holders. Great. Fucking oath, man. Stubby. What do Americans call stubby holders? What do you guys call beer holders? They're called. I'm assuming they're not called stubby holders. He's that fucking bad with this 10 nonsense. Good call, Glowing.
I'm back.
The joke is frozen. What? You back? Well,
I'm back. I'm back now.
Apparently you're frozen.
I'm gonna have to switch to my phone here. Yeah, I was frozen. I think I'm back now.
Fucking Michiganian area. Joke a lot in the ozone.
I think it's my shit computer is what it is.
Hmm. Anyway, all right, we're talking about all right, we'll finish the video. We got about I don't know how many video. 1 minute. Boom. We got about 3.5 minutes of the alien video left to go. Joker's nice. You try and sort your internet out while I play this shit.
Snatch every motherfucker birthday.
Like if this was like on a spaceship, you would think of like that. Look at that. If that was
Let's actually stop and read what he has to write, by the way. To hope, I love and... Anyone guess that word? I love and something to help all those who are suffering. I love and hope. Something to help. Anyone, what do we reckon? To hope and love and something to help all those who are suffering. That's Gilly hand. Well, that's Gilly running too, so it fits in well. Does anyone know what do you reckon he says there? To hope and love and how's the weak and how's something. There's no the and how's weak to help all those who are suffering. No, I don't think so. To hope and love and something weak to help all those who are suffering. It's whack to help those suffering. Yeah, good call, Ceres. So those under 18, casting starts at noon. Yeah, you're right, Mazza. I think he's basically saying, just don't wear any underwear. Just come wearing mini skirts and no underwear. To hope and love and hold wank to help those who are suffering. He writes like Yoda. He does. By the way, if you all can see my mouse cursor, just look at this brilliant little separate whatever's going on here in the hair area. See that little separation there? There's like a little jump. It's like a time jump. Like hit from Dragon Ball. Just time skip. Boom.
on a spaceship, etched into the side of the spaceship, he'd be like, holy shit, it's a fucking alien language. Look at me, I don't know what any of those things are. I don't know what one of those numbers is. I don't know what the fuck those words are, those letters. That's an alien language. That's, to me, almost more alien than a lot of Asian languages. That looks crazy.
I say respect, but what I really mean is worship. You know, someone or something is different when he is loved by all the important people of the world.
Those who came from heaven to earth, beings that came from outside of earth to earth, from many different places, potentially, as he left behind these tablets that he authored himself. He didn't have a scribe write them. Back in the day, it was typical. If you were considered a god, you would have a scribe write your work. He wrote them himself.
Sensei Snake Charmer is loved and cherished throughout the US of A, with churches spread out far and wide. His long, thick tentacles have spread throughout the internet like Ultron, with temples and communities forming everywhere, especially on Reddit. He is best mates with Vladimir Putin, often seen hanging out, eating macas together, and getting ready for intimate encounters, sharing special moments. The French, Russians, and Romanians all dig Big Papa. And let's not forget the Japanese. I mean, if you need any more proof, travel back in time and look at some of the ancient civilizations and their depictions of the Great One. You cannot argue with historical evidence. You don't have to take my word for it.
Aliens might be living among us disguised as humans.
If you think they're walking among us,
They absolutely are, yeah.
Do you imagine that in our space travels we will encounter other forms of intelligent life?
You don't have to go anywhere.
You can find it here.
Yeah.
Where exactly?
It's just like right in people's noses. Oh my gosh. Wow.
But in case you need a bit more convincing, I'll leave you with this. The legend, the myth, the enigma, the god, Sensei Succulent Sack, has survived for the past 72 years on nothing but a diet of cookies, snatch birthdays, and the purity of 18-year-old daughters everywhere. If that is not alien or godlike behavior, I don't know what is.
where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us. I don't know.
Well, was this life-altering information or what? I think I've made my point about as compelling as a moron on YouTube can possibly do. If you can explain another reason why this magnificent being has managed to stay atop the most relevant people on Earth for the last 70 years, and a gift to humanity in so many ways, I'd love to hear it. Give me your best in the comments. Come at me, bro. If you enjoyed this stupid shit, think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. It really helps in spreading the word of Seagalism. If you really want to support and be a next-level Seagalian, think about joining the Patreon. Link in the description. Until next time, you badass legends, be wary of probes from strange beings. Buy your nose candy from responsible sources. But above all, stay awesome. Peace, legends.
He is only 72, mate. He was born April 10, 1952. Just flexing on my cigar knowledge right there, bitches. Poison was a great song. Poison, poison running through my veins like poison. Will Sasso is a legend, definitely. Everyone likes it. You know how many comments I got about this song and this lady? Bless her soul. Just look at her enjoying herself. It is poison, yeah, it's true. I was talking about Alex Cooper. No, I like Alex Cooper better than Alice Cooper, Miser. Unretract your statement. I like Alex Cooper better. Yeah, she's off her chops for sure. But anyway, that was a little bit of a different little video there. Love the spaz dance. That's Alex Cooper, exactly. Yeah, so that was a little bit of fun there. I'm guessing we lost the Joker over. Is he gone? No, he's frozen in
back.
time there. He's there. Oh, you're there. Okay, you're moving. All right, you're back.
I think so.
Okay, nice. Where are we at? We're about an hour and a half into this bad boy. Okay, nice. I might look similar dancing on K. Yeah, I think a lot of us would. Not just you. All right. I had a quick look on YouTube to see what. Fuck. See, that's the problem when you search for shit. What I normally like to do is on a Sunday I'll go through and I search Steven Seagal, and I go recently uploaded to see what's happening, and I'm obviously on there once all the crack. I don't know if you've all seen the latest Steven Seagal. Hey?
As well, we should be.
Yeah. Actually, with a little poll.
A poll.
Poll is always the way to go. And then I like to see, I got to recently upload and I see what else has been uploaded. So I see that Jason Brandt did a movie review, Beyond the Law. Interesting. Steven Seagal versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. I didn't give that any time because it's a waste of time. The answer is obviously quite easy. For some reason, everyone seems to be doing Beyond the Law lately. He's done it. Beyond the Law. This bloke here did Beyond the Law. Don't mess with Steven Seagal. This is trash. Again, trash. Most of these are just... I'm guessing most of these are just AI channels just trying to... This is obviously the greatest video ever. It's only got 7 views. I don't know. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's not a lot in the recent Seagal thing. Have we all seen the latest Lawman? No. Yes. Yes. Interesting. That's quite interesting to see what the topic is there. Yeah, above the law, beyond the... So the latest movie review is going to be... actually, I'll probably put it to a vote after this vote's done. How many people we got in the chat right now? We're about 33. All right, everyone, we'll get to 25 votes. 25 votes, and I stop the poll. Come on, answer. Everyone vote. Everyone stop what you're doing and go and vote and get me to 25 votes so that way I can stop the poll and I can start a new poll. More Neil Breen. I see you like the Neil Breen glowing. You're a fan of Neil Breen. I need 6 more. Give me, give me 3 more votes. All right, 58. Interesting. Okay. 21. All right, that's enough for me. Fuck it. All right, we're gonna watch the new Lawman then, because Chloe. Yeah, thanks, Chloe. I appreciate it, mate. I need to subscribe to his network for the show. I don't know what that is. Fuck you, making me put my cookie down to the road. All right, I can't believe no one's watched the fucking latest Lawman. Where is it? I will watch Lawman, then we'll watch. I've got another little compilation clip to get through, but we'll talk a bit more after this. Neil Breen is a bit of a legend. You know what the funny thing was? The latest Lawman, though, I didn't actually like the episode, and I'll tell you what was annoying about that is that Seagal made motherfucker. Well, what's the uncensored version? But Seagal made me have to work to make his fucking shitty episode amusing, which was hold on, which was annoying because he's supposed to be just handing me the comedy with his stupidity. I shouldn't have to work for it. You know what I'm saying? But he made me work for it, the bitch. Oh, sorry, what was that? Did you say something?
I did not.
No?
I'm trying to fix this computer issue. I might have to dip out early here.
Yeah,
and I will try to rejoin you from my mobile.
No. What? You saying stuff? I don't know if he's supposed to be making I think it was Above the Law 2 for like so long now. I don't know if he is getting hacked by the Bat family here. I do believe he's supposed to be making some sort of movie. Well, we'll see what IMDb says. Not the IMDb knows shit anyway, but but he hasn't made anything lately. Upcoming. But see again, Above the Law 2, I've been hearing about that for a lot, and then Tip of the Spear. So I don't know. I wouldn't hold my breath, considering right now he's too busy just training UFC champions. Obviously, he doesn't have time to spend making movies. All right, we'll watch Lawman, and if y'all don't want to watch it, you let me know. But it's only 8 minutes anyway, so we'll watch a bit of Lawman.
Usually the intro to Lawman gives me a little insight into what's happening in the episode. And yeah, it's easy for me to make a joke about Big Daddy finally finding the good stuff he's
Sensei Seagull is not a fat pig. Thanks for sharing that, Jay.
been looking for. And he does.
I'm looking for crack.
When's the last time you smoked a rock?
I went in the house, I smoked the crack that I had the money for.
Or a joke about his ability to change voices around black people. And once again, he does.
Where'd it hit you? And you saw the face? That's your baby? Where mama? How did mama let him go? Hi, mama. Don't come too hard when you get home.
But what I'm more interested in...
I'm interested, tell me more.
The 3 iterations of Sensei Salt Taffy that we get to see in this episode. We've got thick-haired, respect my authority, Big Daddy in uniform, orange tint sunglasses, slick gold watch. We've got what I like to call boy next door Big Daddy, looking au natural and relatable. And then, of course, there's Do-Rag, policeman of the community Big Daddy, which is a personal favourite of mine. Now, I know there's a lot of jokes about sensei sniffles and drugs and women, but when he talks about crack, and then the next scene they show him licking his lips, I mean, come on, lads. At least make it hard for me. Make me work for the jokes.
There's a lot of different crack activity.
I mean, seriously. They literally play a clip where it says there's a lot of crack activity, and then he's licking his fucking lips.
There's a lot of different crack activity.
He's licking his lips straight afterwards. I mean, come on. Come on.
Crack, narcotics, drug, crack now, crack pipe.
They get a call that is Seagal sitting upright and fucking jacked after hearing what's waiting for him.
Tremendous amount of narcotics, prostitution. We want to get there as soon as we can.
Sensei spots the catering crew that slipped in vegan options for lunch and decides to move in.
That's them up there, y'all. Everybody be careful. It's time to go to work.
Whilst trying to find the fake meat bandits, Sensei Rumballs gets distracted when he hears there's circular treats involved.
Mexican guy says to the black guy, I'm going to give you $10, you go buy me some pumpkins. I'll loan you my car. Black guy borrows his car, goes to supposedly buy him some pumpkins. All of a sudden,
there's an awful lot of Big Papa just standing around with his mouth open and letting everyone else do all the work for a change. Take a load off, big fella. You've earned it.
He actually did stand in this episode. He did do a lot of standing around, right? While other people were talking like tough, and he was just standing there, kind of looking all soft, bit sensitive, not his normal tough self. Let's call it.
Load off, big fella. You've earned it. All of this turns out to be a complete waste of time and money as usual, so Big Daddy Hollywood tells us a story about people he knows.
Having spent so much time in Hollywood, I've seen a lot of good friends and people where their lives just completely spiral out of control due to drugs and alcohol.
Yep, nothing to see here. Just a completely sober-looking lesbian. I got scared there for a moment as I thought Big Papa Pink Bits was checking himself in for rehab, ending his infinite search for drugs and women.
It's a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. We're about to get a tour of the whole facility, and I'm going to do my thing.
Luckily, it turns out he's just there to openly shame these guys in front of everyone.
So y'all recovering alcoholic and drug addicts?
Yes. Sensei gets deep and philosophical as he explains his addiction to drugs and women and cookies.
It's not a physical addiction as much as spiritual and emotional stability.
And he loses the crowd when he starts rambling about some shit that a 15-year-old would do in a report.
I think a lot of times people start drinking and get on drugs because they're very happy with their life and they don't feel like they have a job or something to do or anything that they can accomplish.
You can hear the joy in Seagal's voice as they finally find something for him to snort off of Andrew Tate's taint when they meet up next.
Let's jump up.
And things take an even kinkier turn when the boys start taking things to an X-rated limit.
Yo, someone, your audio is playing in the background or something. Jacob. Okay, we have to do that shit because I can hear some shit in the background.
While Seagal watches and supervises.
Your leg, man, your leg. Come on, yeah, spread.
Spread your leg, spread your leg. Open your mouth.
Glad to see you practicing safe sex.
I mean, I don't know if you can actually hear that, but they were saying, open your mouth, and then he says, glad to see you practicing safe sex. Okay.
Sensei Mensa makes a deduction that only a genius like he could.
These guys might be drug dealers. Drug dealers usually carry drugs. We're patting them down.
And then Big Papa Portaloo decides that the deep cavity search and penetrative police work isn't quite over.
But we ain't done yet.
They plant some weed in the grass. They find some weed in the grass, which means Seagal is going to have a nice chill evening.
Shady Dog. your question, what the fuck is this? You mean what the fuck is this in terms of the whole thing or this episode, or are you new to this bullshit or what? You gotta be more specific, Shady Dog. Because this is literally a channel about fucking nonsense and Steven Seagal being the ultimate one world chancellor. Specifically, what is this? Is a video about Steven Seagal being the greatest law enforcement officer ever. But you happen to have stumbled across the greatest cult ever. So, welcome to Seagalism, my friend. Jump on board. Cheers to you. And I'll let the community explain to you how Steven Seagal is the greatest thing to ever live. Community, let Shady Dog know how awesome Seagal is.
Nobody had any drugs on him tonight, so we can't really charge anybody for these drugs.
Big Daddy takes a moment to inspect the merch to see how the night is going to unfold. Judging by his reaction, must be some cheap quality herb.
Crack pipe.
Estelle from Golden Girls shows Seagal and the police exactly what she thinks about them.
Okay, Shady. Sorry, bruh. Well played.
Flipping us off. The 80-year-old lady just flipped us off. I can't believe she just...
And as punishment, and breaking his normal rule of age, Seagal demands Nana assume the position for domination.
Why?
She refuses, and Sensei Simon says is pissed off with her lack of compliance, especially after he broke his rule to discipline her.
Wow. 80-year-old lady. What's this world coming to?
Well, it turns out I was wrong. He did end up getting in it, and gives us a little insight about Nan's basement.
That's kind of, deep.
You.
All right, so I went for a little bit of a stab there about granny sex there, obviously. We got Estelle from Golden Girls.
About Nan's basement.
Wide open, obviously. A bit erotic there. Where is it? Wide open. About Nan's legs. And then about, a little innuendo about the basement.
Especially after he broke his rule to discipline her.
Wow. 80-year-old lady. What's this world coming to?
Well, it turns out I was wrong. He did end up getting in it, and gives us a little insight about Nan's basement.
That's kind of, deep.
You dirty bastard, Sensei. All the officers, led by the hero Sensei Shanghai, are pissed off that all they have to smoke is weed, so they up the search for the good stuff.
I'm looking for crack. One time.
Sensei gets distracted when he sees what's on the telly. They even have porn on the TV. So much so they need to cut away from him staring at the screen. I get it, big man. Sensei's Secret Service is disappointed at the lack of action.
I love how he's just staring at the screen because there's porn on the TV. Okay, Joker. Yeah, echoing. I can hear myself every time I talk.
Really?
You have to turn it. I think you have to. Are you watching us as well as just being part of the screen? What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I need to try some headphones. Sorry.
Turn your mic off. Feedback. Yeah, that's what someone said.
Is it still feedbacking?
I think that's better now. That's better now. Way better. All right, sweet.
Yep.
We're good. I can't hear myself anymore. All right, sweet. Nice.
My bad. I gotta find my headphones.
No, you're good. Everyone's on
what
a
a clusterfuck
delay here too. No, he's sweet. We're all good now.
Actual crack obtained.
We found all the paraphernalia, but no cracking.
And you can actually see the moment where Big Daddy Disappointment realizes he wasn't invited to the drug-fueled orgy that was taking place, and is noticeably shattered.
We've also found copious amounts of prophylactics, 3 girls, 1 guy, and porn on the TV. I don't know what kind of party they were having, but we're about to run the names and see what kind of prowess they got.
Big Papa Pink Bits is so desperate that he's willing to just smoke that shit right here, right now, in front of everyone.
Y'all have any crack now? No. I'm looking for crack.
Of course, he is a man of principle and sticks firmly to his only drugs and women together policies. You ladies just dodge the dungeon.
Without the drugs, we're going to have to go.
Hey, Scotty and Samantha, I'm actually curious. Do you guys watch on this? You're obviously watching on different screens because you're typing individually with your own accounts. So what are y'all doing? You're sitting there watching on your own individual phones in the same house, or you're watching? What's the go? You're not watching on one communal computer or PC? You're watching on your individual phones? Because I just realized y'all are together, but you comment separately all the time. So what's going on there? Just randomly, out of nowhere. I'll let it play while you guys explain that to me. Okay, separate. Okay, sweet.
It's at this point that I don't even know what's going on, but I don't really care because I spot a shot of that glory.
So does that mean that you and Scotty are sitting like on opposite ends of the living room? Are you engaging with each other, or are you just watching separately? Or do you engage with each other as you watch this? What's the deal? What's the deal with Samantha Segal and Scotty B?
His mane, and it completely draws my attention. Look at that thing. Whatever it is.
By the way, I was drawn because of this. Every single clip I see, there's a fucking separation here. It's like its own little ghost entity. It sticks up. It's not normal. We're both in kitchen drinking. Okay, nice.
It is magnificent.
Thank you for noticing that.
They arrest this guy for trying to have an orgy with the 3 women and not asking Sensei Serengeti if he wanted first dibs.
Maybe now I get a chance to think about what he's done.
Well played, Glowing. Well played. Well played.
Try to mend his way.
The rest of the show is pretty shit as they have some event, but Seagal isn't the focus, so they can write royally fuck off. In my opinion, a little bit of a shitty episode of Lawman. Not a lot went on. The usual search for drugs, but at this time quite openly. Looking for crack.
We're getting feedback again, Joker.
Really?
Whatever you're doing, it's shit again. Whatever you did before was okay. Whatever you're doing now, sucks dick.
Well, all right then. I think I'm going to bow out then until I get my other shit figured out here. I'm sorry. I will check you all here soon.
When I'm talking, I can hear
weekend.
Your end too. Okay, now it's okay. All right, Cardinal. Well, I don't know if he's still there or not. No, he's gone. Cardinal's gone. All right. Well, yeah. All right, we're doing this shit now. We'll finish this bad boy off.
Y'all have any crack now?
No.
Crack pipe.
A sensual get-together that Sensei Strap-On wasn't invited to.
We've also found copious amounts of prophylactics, 3 girls, 1 guy, and porn on the TV.
And some weird homosexual activities going on. It was a strange one.
Your leg, man, your leg. Come on, yeah, spread.
Spread your leg, spread your leg. Open your mouth.
Touch me. Yes. All right, legends. And
that was probably the shittest episode of Lawman that I've actually seen. I didn't actually, like, honestly, I'm going to say, like, most of the episodes are kind of fun to some extent. That one was actually kind of shit. Which was annoying, to be honest with you. It was fucking annoying. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoy the other episodes. But yeah, look, they're not all going to be winners. But sometimes Seagal, we both watch on different phones. We both win. Sometimes Seagal has cracker episodes, and sometimes Seagal has less than cracker episodes. Joker in the crack house. Yeah. Exactly, Glowing. There was a lack of that. There was actually a lack of people recognizing him as well, which kind of annoyed me. I was expecting people to recognize him. That was kind of annoying. There was none of that shit. All right. Now, we've got another video. Then we'll watch one more. Then we'll have a bit of a chat, and then we might call it a day because I think we're coming up to 2 hours now. And then by the time we watch this, we'll have a bit of a shoot to shit for 15 minutes. So I released a compilation video. Where are we? A long time ago, April the 4th, 2000, over a year ago. So this is my most watched video, which most of you may have seen, may not have seen, depending on how long you've been part of the crew. What's the weather like over there in Thailand, mate? It's fucking right now where I am. I'll tell you right now, it is 29 degrees right now outside. So yeah, it's hot. 29 degrees. Lost me, bro. Come to the dark side. We have cookies and stuff. Yeah, anyway, I did a compilation video, and I thought I'd do an updated one with a few more stories about people talking about Seagal. Some of you may have seen some of these. Some of you may not. I do not know. We will see how we go, but we won't get into it yet. We'll have a bit of a powwow. I'll just set this shit up here because I fucking can. 29 degrees Celsius, mate. That is correct. I got Atia. Good to see you, by the way, dear. I got no idea what the fuck. No idea what the hell Fahrenheit is. For all you Americans out there, get with it, mate. Celsius is the way to go, not fucking Fahrenheit. Yeah, I've heard that Australia's freezing as shit. My sister told me she was sitting in front of the fireplace. So, yeah, I heard it's cold as shit in Melbourne right now. I was down in Caroline Springs, Hillside area, the western suburbs. I grew up in Mulgrave, down in Mulgrave area in Dever Hills in Victoria. But I've heard it's cold as shit right now. But nah, mate, I'm rocking it. The only reason I'm wearing a T-shirt right now, I've got sleeves, is for you guys. Otherwise, I'd be rocking a singlet, probably shirtless in my jocks, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't be sitting here in a T-shirt. I've got the aircon on. But otherwise, I'd be sitting literally in my jocks, probably down by the pool having a joint. If it wasn't here right now. But I'm glad to be here with you, you crazy motherfuckers. So don't even sweat that shit. All right, 21 in here in London. Yeah, I got a mate who's from Hartlepool. Hartlepool, is that a place? Hartlepool, I believe it's called, in England, and a Mancunian as well. Not Carl Pilkington, but another Mancunian. Phil, if you're locked up right now, incarcerated in England, mate, I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Footscray, nice. Oh, the Brunswick Footscray. Migalo 302.15 degrees. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of Hartlepool. Yeah, I haven't heard of Hartlepool, but yeah, I got a friend of mine from here. 29 is nothing. Yeah, mate, when it gets hot in Melbourne, it gets fucking hot. I'll tell you what, I remember some 40-degree days, 40-degree plus, but here it's consistently warm in Thailand. Consistently warm. I'm like Prince Angel, I can't sweat. Mate, I sweat like a pig. And I've been hitting the sauna lately as well. Not for long. I can't last longer than 10 minutes in the sauna. I don't know if there's any point even being in the sauna for 10 minutes, but I go straight from the sauna. I go to the gym, then straight up to the sauna, then from sauna straight into the pool. But yeah. Any Arizona Seagalians? Nah, mate. They're all Aussies. They're all Aussies. There's no American Seagalians. We're all Aussies, mate. They're all Aussies here. I would bang Ghislaine Maxwell. You could, Dino, but you could probably just get her to find someone for you that's over 18 and better looking than her. All right, so this is I don't even know what the fuck this is.
I could tell that.
All right, so this is a compilation of updated Seagal stories. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may have not. I'm going to play this while I go and finish off the little bit of a joint that I've got, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss. So feel free to watch and type shit. I'm a sick pup. Nah, don't worry, Dino. You're talking to a dickhead that just has got a YouTube channel about nonsense, mate. You're all good. Don't stress.
But I could tell that his assistant was not used to somebody filming him eating, because she said nobody had ever filmed him eating before. So I was like, oh, should I maybe turn off the camera? Did I do something wrong? But he was like, no, yeah, keep rolling. He was fine with it.
I got pretty into some later, more recent era Steven Seagal stuff, like 5-6 years ago. My friends and I would watch it because it was just so insanely bad. And then Dan sent me a link to the Come Town guys talking about.
So I've been watching a shit ton of what I like to call the Entenmann's Donut Goatee Seagal era films.
Yeah, we watched one last night.
Anything post 2000.
Let me check off some coffee.
Probably 2011 or 12. When Above the Law came out, he was already like 34 years old.
Right.
He wasn't a young guy. So his first movie, he was already, like getting on. And you can see his hairline's fucked up in that movie. It's all like thin, in the front. And then in Hard to Kill, his hairline's fixed. And, he's a little bit fatter. And he just got progressively fatter throughout his entire career. He's in his 60s.
His body sucks.
He's still making movies where it's like, we need to send our best special forces out. And then he spends half the movie in a chair. He refuses to get out. Cover for Sniper Special Ops, they've just photoshopped his fat head on someone else's body.
Yes.
As poorly as they possibly could.
Man. That's so
I love
awesome.
his fat head. No, they fucking pump these movies out.
One of the funny things is, like, he's so old, and his special forces team that he assembles all has to be kind of his age, which means their commander has to be like 80.
Oh my God!
So they show the commander with a white mustache.
I don't have a good answer for you, sir. But what about the congressman? Why was he spared? Who the hell knows? Because I'm short.
That's
old as fuck.
hilarious. That's hilarious. Tom Segura had a whole bit about Seagal.
Dude, I heard a story about him from someone who would know, and they said that like this super agent, like he was the personal trainer of this like super agent,
Michael Ovitz.
Yeah, and that like that he had a bet with another agent that he can make anybody famous. And like, well, how about your trainer? Like,
I guess the truth of the matter is that the president of Warner Brothers was a friend of mine, and he had been very interested in me as an actor for a long time. He felt that I was very charismatic and that I had a look.
That's the other.
Is it cheap to live in Thailand? It depends on where you're living, mate. But yeah, the rent is what Cardinal said, sub 300, depending on where you are.
Fucking awesome thing too, the Seagal, in the like later films where he doesn't even get up out of the chair. He just.
Okay, well, since everyone's asking questions, we'll stop this for the moment then. $7 to $10 a day. It's easy to live in Thailand. Yeah, I don't know about. If you're just talking about living expenses, Ceres, Lupan, just eating and general expenses, yes, but including rent and everything, no, you're paying more than $10 a day, mate. Accommodation, rent, visa, motorbike. Like any country, there's things that you don't accommodate for or you don't take into account, but you need to. It costs a lot, more than what you think. Less than Australia, don't get me wrong, but still more than you think, definitely.
Throws people yeah, they come at him and he just
He's eating a hot dog.
When someone is an asshole in Hollywood, how do you handle it?
This reminds me of when we were in Cannes. We had Total Recall there. And Steven Seagal, who I'd been in this movie with, I was trying to talk to him about this scene, and he told me I was standing in his chi.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I'm unfamiliar with that. How big is your chi? I didn't know what the hell was happening. Anyway, so I was talking to Sven. Sven was Arnold Schwarzenegger's body double. And Steven Seagal came walking up. He's like, so what are you guys doing? Sven goes, we were just talking about what an asshole you are.
Okay, there's a writer that I know, but I won't mention his name. But he was meeting Steven Seagal.
Yeah, again, Sarah, so we're talking about just food. Yeah, $30 of food today is a lot. Here you can get away with eating for $5 a day, mate. Easy. $5 a day. If you want to be extravagant, $10 a day. You want to go nuts.
The rewrite for the writing, potentially, for Under Siege 2. And he's waiting in there for 45 minutes. He's making him wait, sitting there by himself. Finally, Steven Seagal emerges, and he comes out and he said, I just read the greatest script I've ever read in my life. He goes, really? Who wrote it? I did.
have you seen the clips of him in Belarus eating the carrots and stuff?
He's eating carrots?
There's like he's like hanging out with the president or dictator of Belarus, but
yeah. So Frayed Edges, when you arrive in Thailand now, you get 2 months on a tourist visa. It used to be 1 month, so they doubled it up. There's also a remote worker or I don't know what's called, online worker visa now. I haven't looked into that, but that's an option as well. So yeah, they've made it easier because it's a bit quiet here now. Very, very quiet compared to past years. Let's put it that way. From what I've heard,
It's amazing.
Jamie, find the older footage. The older footage.
Yeah. Okay. So for any of you wondering, in terms of food, I get a bowl of chicken and rice here, fried rice with some chicken and maybe some. If I want prawns as well, they'll give you 3 or 4 prawns, bits of chicken, in some fried rice for about US dollars. 250 Australian, about 375. I'll get pad thai, which is noodles with some obviously vegetables, chicken and noodle, and again chicken and prawns, 3 or 4 prawns for about the same price. If I go to KFC, I can get let's say a 4-piece hot and spicy, 2 pieces of wings, 3 nuggets, and some chips delivered for about $10 Australian, which would be about $6 USD, $6.50. So yeah, if that's an idea. Tory Black. I'm very well aware of Tory Black. What else? A loaf of bread at the 7-Eleven here is about $2 Australian, so about $1.30, 40 USD. Just to give you an idea about food.
Eating carrots?
I'll watch this, kind of.
Look at the way he dresses on the...
Watch this.
Thank you.
It's so insane.
His hair is insane.
And of course, someone edited that, so he's like deep throating the carrot. Oh yeah,
notorious Steven Seagal.
So let me tell you something, frayed edges. The problem is not so much the food being clean. It's the problem is that in Western countries, we live in a world where we're all mollycoddled and we're taught about hygiene and this and that and whatever else. Mate, they've all got iron stomachs over here, and I've been living here long enough that I can eat whatever the fuck and get away with it. The only reason I felt sick tonight is because I made my own goddamn food in an air fryer with some Western shit. But I've never had any problem with Thai food here. And I'll tell you why. Again, their stomachs are raised to eat shit properly, not like our weak-ass Western stomachs. That's what it's about. Well, this pussy shit about degrees and, danger zones for food. Keep refrigerator stuff below 5 degrees. Frozen stuff below this degrees. The danger zone is between 5 degrees. And none of that shit matters here. People eat whatever the fuck they want, and they keep cracking on, mate. They keep cracking on. Speaking of crack, I don't know, mate. Not my industry glowing. I'm more of a weed man. I don't do the other hard stuff, mate. I get into the once a week. I drink with y'all. That's it, once a week, and I smoke my weed every day. Smoke weed every day, in the words of Ice Cube, or who the fuck it was. Smoke weed every day. It wasn't even Ice Cube. Smoke some weed. But yeah, the food here is better. It's clean. It's not as processed. Yeah, I know. I'm going. It's not as processed. It's cleaner here. Yeah, in my opinion, anyway. I'd rather eat the shit here than I would in the Western shit we get at supermarkets in fucking Australia. That's for sure. Australia's in the West, mate. I consider the West anyone that's white. All right, white people of the West. When did you move there, and when was the first time you went? It's dangerous getting green. No, it's legal here, Ceres. Marijuana here is legal, mate. I walk into a shop and I buy it. I get it delivered to my condo. That's how easy it is. At the moment, they want to change it next year. But at the moment, it's all right. PCP, get the fuck out. When did you move there? I moved here last September. I came here for a holiday and I thought I'd stick around. And I've been back and forth, but first time I came here was 25 years ago. When I was like, 25 years ago, 20 odd years ago, 20 odd years ago in my early 20s. I came like everyone else for the same debauchery and whatever else. How much for a ladyboy? Same price as a woman, mate. Same price as a woman. But yeah, I'll tell you one thing. It's a very different culture here. And You've been here for a year, you don't know shit. You've been here for 5 years, you don't know shit. You've been here for 10 years, you don't know shit. I speak to people that have been here 20, 30 years and they're still learning. I'll tell you one big difference here. If you come and live in Australia or America and you live there for basically a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, we basically consider you American or Australian or wherever you're from. In Thailand, you live here for 20, 30 years, you'll always be a fucking foreigner. You will never be Thai. You will never be one of them. That's one thing I've learned and heard, is that no matter how much you ingratiate yourself in here or whatever else, you will never be Thai. They'll never see you as, you'll always be a foreigner. So it's a little bit different in that sense as well. Yeah, come for a visit, Joker. I told you, mate. Any one of you guys want to come for a visit, you're more than welcome to, and I'll show you around. We'll have a drink together. A lot of bodybuilding, yeah, because it's steroids, mate. That's why. Steroids are easy. You can buy steroids over the counter here, like most things. She's Seagalian, so. Nah, afraid. Problem gangs, no. Jacks, the police, no. I've got a Thai motorbike license, so I'm good to ride on a motorbike. I've got a international driving license, so they can't fuck with me there. I'll wear a helmet just for the sake of it. And I'm a friendly guy, and I smile, and I'm a little bit bigger than the average bear. So if anyone's gonna fuck with me, they're gonna fuck with someone smaller than me. Just logically, why would you fuck with someone who's gonna give you more trouble than someone who will give you less trouble? That's all I'm saying. Dangers, women, obviously. Be careful with the women here. Just be respectful to the people. You're not in your own country. The same things don't apply. Keep your head down. Just be smart. Smile. The people here are respectful. If you smile and you're happy and you're not a dickhead, you'll be fine. How many of you banged there? I got a missus now, Dino. But back in the day, I'm just going to say I did a bit of damage back in the day, mate, when I was shredded as well. A bit more lean. I'm not going to say that I didn't have some fun here in Vietnam. I lived in Vietnam for 4 years as well, back in the early mid-2010s. So I did a bit of damage over in Vietnam as well. That was a nice place. But yeah. Val, you're right there? Many nuts. Many nuts. Well, Cigar will do many things in Thailand. But yeah, I highly recommend it. The people here are very nice. The food's nice. It's cheaper than where you're from. So for a holiday, I definitely recommend coming to visit Thailand. If you have the ability to move somewhere else, I would recommend you try and broaden your horizons beyond what you know in your own country, because there's a big world out there. It might be for you, it might not be, but big white guys are exotic there, to my understanding. I wouldn't say exotic, but considering that most gentlemen here are quite slim and slender, there is a contrast that comes with being a bit of a bigger guy, I guess. But again, everyone's different. Yeah, it's like humor. It's very subjective. Some people like bigger guys. Some people like smaller guys. Best time of year for Month's Day. If you want to come for pure debauchery and just partying, come towards the end of the year, early New Year. If you want to come for just some chill, hanging out, then any time of year, honestly. It depends on what you want. If you want to do the tourist shit, come in November, December, January. If you want to do the chill kind of just vibe, any time of year. Beyond that is fine. The food's great here. The food is awesome here, man. I don't know what you're talking about. The food's delicious here. You can always find shit here. Whether it be just grilled meat, or if you actually like your pastas and your noodles, or your stews, or your curries, or... I mean, 6 foot or 180. That's all right. Yeah, they are, Dino. They are, mate. I'm not gonna disagree with you there. There's a very broad spectrum. Any time of year, Fred. Come anytime, mate. Come any time of year. I'll take you around. If you're in, you come to my neck of the woods. Any time of the year, there's always something to do here. There is no quiet time here anyway. It's quieter, but there's always something happening, whether it's food or the nightlife. There's always something happening. It doesn't stop. Yeah, I've had tarantula leg before. I haven't had the whole tarantula. I chickened out of the body because I saw the pus coming out. I had a bit of the leg. But I'm a little bit of a wuss bag when it comes to that kind of shit, that's for sure. Tong Po, you bleed like my Lee. Debauchery is a word I learned from Conan Exiles. I don't know what that means. Yeah, look, some areas of the country you'll find things like field mouse. They'll eat mouse. My girlfriend eats all sorts of weird shit like bugs and worms and crickets and fucking insects, and mate, she'll eat fucking dick on a stick if you put it on. Honestly, not just her, but a lot of them. They'll eat whatever. You're coming from a country where they'll literally eat food because it's a survival thing. Not like where we are, where it's all about fancy bullshit and putting art on a plate. It's just food for survival, not the bullshit Western shit that we come from, where it's all pompous crap. Take it easy, Glowing. Thanks for coming, brother. Have a good night, my friend. What language I need to learn? Mate, honestly, if you come to tourist areas, Paul, they speak English for the most part. Otherwise, Thailand's cute. But they speak English anyway, bro. They speak English. Most people speak English in the tourist areas. If you're going to go to the country, you're in trouble. Damn, we've got a good woman to say that in front of. Yeah, she's all right, mate. Every relationship has its boundaries and its clear dynamics, and we understand the dynamics in our relationship. She's a good girl. You know, we've all got our demons, but she's all right. Mrs. Seagal, she's all right. I'm lucky. I like him. Just finished cleaning. Thanks for keeping my mind occupied. No worries, quarter pound. Oh, look, I mean, I'm not going to judge Asian women versus Western women, but I will tell you one thing. After living in Australia, having multiple partners of multiple nationalities, I will say there's a different emphasis here in the relationship dynamic between men and women. Sometimes, to be honest with you, locally, it seems like it's a bit too skewed towards the man, where the women have no kind of say to some extent. I shouldn't say that, but to some extent, I feel like it's heavily skewed towards the men. But if you're a Western man who has some understanding of respecting things to some extent, and you're taking both worlds of left and right and West and Asian here, you can find a good girl that appreciates the balance of both the Western and Eastern dynamic. Let me put it that way. They're a bit more old school here. No offense to you Western lasses, but they're a bit more old school in the gender roles or in the roles in the relationship. A bit less of the old lip back kind of giving lippy back kind of stuff. Not there's anything wrong with that, but I'm a traditional man, so I like my woman to be a little more quiet, and I'll do certain roles in my relationship, and she can do certain roles. And I think there's a little more of that here than there is in the Western world at the moment. Let's put it that way. Not that there's anything wrong with being a boss chick and getting your bag and your money and doing whatever and being a boss girl, but I think there's a little more of the traditional value here, in the sense that the men do what they used to do, I guess, where they they look after the family and they make the money and stuff, and the women do the traditional role of taking care of the man and giving him the peace so he can deal with the bullshit in the world, I guess. So that's my opinion on this. That's my diplomatic answer. That's my diplomatic answer. I can give it a non-diplomatic answer, but yeah, that's the best way of putting it. So I can't complain. For me, it suits me because I'm very much a bit more of an old school kind of guy than I am a new school kind of bitch ass dude, if you want to call it that. And I believe it's a dynamic that requires both people to do things. It's not about one person being king dick and one person not, but ultimately every company has one CEO, and everyone needs to know their role within that company, and a relationship is no different. Everything like John Wick, like they said in John Wick 3, I think it was, or John Wick 2, everything is a commerce of relationships. Everything is a commerce of relationships. As soon as I go broke and there's no money, how appealing am I going to be to my girlfriend at that point if I have bringing nothing to the table other than my fucking fat head? All right, and let's be real. So everything's a commerce of relationships. There's my piece of advice for you, as a 41-year-old fucking douchebag that knows nothing. Anyway, let's go back to this story here. It's quite an interesting story about the great man. We got sidetracked there for a good 20 minutes, but that's why I love this channel. We got a story about the great man dealing with stuntmen. Tuba Boy, good to see you, my friend. I like a woman who sounds. I like a woman who sounds like it's okay, interesting.
Steven Seagal. So, funny story. We're gonna film again with Steven Seagal. So we're like, Steven Seagal is the good guy. He's gonna come and catch us in what is it called? The movie True Justice. True Justice 2. True Justice 2. Yeah, I did 3 days of acting, and then there was the day that I'm gonna fight the guy. Be careful, this guy. The first thing he's gonna do, he's like, hey, he's gonna shake your hand and hit you in the nuts, kick you in the nuts. Does it? He's like, oh, hey, we're wearing a cup. Well, he's just gonna pop you in the nuts. That's the first thing he does. What? Yes, dude. Right? I'm like, oh shit. So I'm wearing a suit. Right? Why? Exactly. Why? Don't ever tell him your martial arts background. When he usually comes and meets people. Don't challenge him or like feel like he's challenged. Don't give him your martial arts background because he's gonna challenge every martial arts you've done. So they patted me under my suit. Full, dude, like almost full suit under my pad suit, under my suit. With a cup, hip, back, shoulder pads, elbow pads, knee pads. So I heard that the guy, Persian guy, kickboxer, really high level kickboxer, he's a stunt dude, had a fight in a fight scene with him the day before. The same day. And he beat the shit out of the guy. Steven Seagal beat the shit out of him. Yes, he went over the top to the point that they had to come and like grab Steven.
By the way, Joker, if you're watching this podcast that had this guy on who talked about Steven Seagal has got like 2,000 followers, bro. We've got like 38,000 followers. So surely we can get people on to talk to us. I mean, we've got to be able to interview some people. We can get some people on at 38,000, 39,000 followers. I should be able to get someone to come and talk to me, right, about Seagal. Some movie, like the movie director you mentioned previously. We should be able to get someone to talk to me. Someone should want to talk to me about some shit. I mean,
it's like, okay, we're done. They said it's done. It's like, okay. Send the guy to the hospital. You throw him through that, he breaks the toilet, and he grabs his face, real mirror, and smashes his face to the mirror multiple times. Rear mirror. But all these guys, stunt guys, they sign waivers, right? So you're gonna do everything. Send the guy to the hospital, dude.
What I'm more curious about is, does he not realize he's filming a movie?
You want to make a...
You're right, Dino. He didn't get paid. He got ripped.
You're supposed to be simulating movements, not actually making real contact with
He does, though. He's like walking. It's like Steven Seagal.
By the way, this is my favorite. This is my favorite bit of the whole clip. So everyone, listen carefully right now. Whatever you're doing, just pay attention.
He walks in and his hand is on his belly, and he's like, oh, and there's like super weird 3 Japanese girls behind him, like really young, teeny, and it's like just walking behind him, and it's like,
all right, now, chat. Please feel free to let rip. What do you imagine those 3 teeny Japanese girls were doing with Steven Seagal? Feel free to elaborate in the comments. Please do. Actually, please do.
Everybody's scared of him, dude.
I've heard the story many times. He instills fear.
Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking. The set is full of extras, light men, like everything, right?
What was the biggest disaster you witnessed? See that for Steven Seagal? Yeah.
Math homework. I like that. nicely played, Neocortex. Naked math homework?
Yes. You were? Yes. No. Yes. Oh, for those who don't know, he is widely and unanimously, that's the same thing, right? Widely and unanimously considered the worst host in the history of SNL. And I hope he's not around to kick my ass. I think he's in Russia, so it's all good. I have to defend him a little. He's fucking there with Robert Kraft's Super Bowl ring.
I think maybe his 1-inch pony.
They chew his food for him like a baby bird. I like that.
Ponytail was too tight that night because.
Wait, you're defending him?
A little bit.
Why?
Only because he was.
You liked his ideas.
He was friendly enough to me. The only thing he did, which was he tightened up, which is a lot of hosts do. I don't know if you did it. I didn't do it. I threw up, but I didn't tighten up as far as you have to sort of trust these 30 people you don't know. You have to walk in and say
100%.
A lot of people think we're there to make fun of them. And we're saying we respect you. If we're getting you on the show to host, we all want it to work.
Yep.
And if you make fun of yourself, this is where it gets tricky. If you make fun of yourself, it will benefit you. And we promise you. And if you don't, and you fight it so much, and that was him. He was too cool and had his image. And, like Stallone would come on, whoever would come on and they make fun of Rock. And, that's the way to do it. Yeah. And then people go, oh, you're a human. You play so cool, but you can at least goof around and it's more relatable. He wouldn't do kung fu fighting as a cold open or a monologue. And it was like, everybody, let's go. But we had it something funny. Then he throws in little kicks, It
would have been amazing.
It was amazing. And then I think we walk up and get kicked and fall down. So he says he'll do it, but he just talks it. It's still kind of funny, but he won't play it all. And then the other sketches he was fighting. A lot of people you have to go through with people.
The news is you guys were on set. He said something to you. You walked over to him and said, yo, if you have anything to say, I'm right here.
Oh, no, that didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
But something like that happened?
People make up rumors all the time.
No, that never happened.
By the way, there's like an endless amount of footage of Michael J. White and Steven Seagal interact. Well, mainly Michael J. White being asked about Steven Seagal. At this point, it's basically keeping Michael J. White relevant to some extent, if we're being honest. And I love the guy. I'm not bagging him.
Happened. One of the things, as Steven Seagal famously said, me and Jean-Claude are not martial artists, which is, I think, made him look silly.
He said that about you?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really want to get into, on film anyway, who's a tough guy. Do I think Michael?
Mate, Fred, you're welcome to come over for a visit, mate. You're a single dad. Your daughter's grown up and you want to go for 3 or 4 months, mate, you're welcome to come here and I will make sure that you have the best 3 or 4 months of your life, my friend. Don't worry. I'm not just talking about company in the female kind, but you'll see a new way of life, my friend. Trust me. You might not want to live here, but you might want to spend some time here. There's a lot to do here, yeah? And you'll see the contrast between Australia and here.
Is a tough guy? No. Do I think he's a martial artist? No. Do I think Jean-Claude's a tough guy, a martial artist? No.
No, but he hired me on 2 occasions. So if I'm not a martial artist, why would you hire me twice? Well, the problem I had when I really flared toward him is that he was hurting the stunt guy, who were nice people, but he would make it a point to kind of.
I've only got 1 bedroom, mate. But for literally about 350 Oz a month, 400 Oz a month, you get your own place, mate. And I'm pretty sure you're paying that a week right now, so you'll be fine.
Even off camera, do things like wrench their arms. He actually tore Mills's bicep for no reason. And you and you want me to do a martial art fight scene with you. But I'm fighting on the side of racist white people in a country western bar in Alaska. And I said, why don't you throw a yarn?
Yeah, I figured you'd be paying more than that, mate. That's my point. For what you're paying in one week, for a month here, you can get yourself a fucking palace or a nice room, mate. Let's put it that way. A nice apartment with a condo with a gym, a pool, mate. Yeah, I'm paying $400 for mine, and for $700 you can get a pimpin' place.
Come on me. And one time he chopped James Lew in the throat for no freaking reason, and I just snapped. I have a little bit of a temper. But he apologized. He says,
things got a little testy yesterday, long hours and all. And I was like, oh, okay. So I stayed on. The weirdest moment of the trip was probably this scene with Steven Seagal, which happens in episode 3. We're in Bangkok. I'm in the hotel. I walk down past the restaurant and I see Steven Seagal having breakfast. I was like, that's Casey Ryback, and I believe he's eating breakfast in our hotel. I've got to go over and say something. So I went over and I was like, oh, can I get a selfie? And his manager was English. And he was like, oh, this is Jack Whitehall. He's a comedian in the UK, Stephen. And Stephen was like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, I'm filming this travel log. He was like, would you like me to be in it? I was like,
He's a busy man.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. And he was like, okay, I've got an idea. This will be really funny. I'm going to walk out of the hotel and you come up to me and you ask me this question. And then I'll just ask me this. And he asked me this thing about like, I needed to ask him what the essence of Zen was. So I was like, okay. And I went and told the producers, well, can you just go outside and film? Because I think Steven Seagal is about to come and do a joke on camera. So he walked out and I went, hello, Steven Seagal, I'm a fan of yours. What is the essence of Zen? And he threw me in a fountain. Because the essence of Zen is to submerge yourself in it. Now, yeah, hilarious. He didn't tell me that he was going to do that. He just threw me in a pond and then just walked off and got into his car and drove off without signing a release form or explaining what any of it meant.
Oh, there. If you're a grown man and you're still calling your father daddy, there's fucking issues going on. I mean, Jack Whitehall is not exactly the epitome of, masculinity. And I'm not talking about toxic. I'm just talking about being a man. But, daddy, come on, man. Fuck.
Steven Seagal.
There's a lot of lawlessness.
The diddler, eh?
And mafia and different things like that. So just be careful.
Again, I just want to stop for a moment and just notice the separation in the hair here. There's just something going on here that just bothers me. I just can't quite put my finger on it. But whatever's happening here is just... It keeps me up.
It was so surreal, and we all stood around like, what the hell just happened? I just got judo chopped by Casey Ryback into a fountain. And so then eventually they found him and managed to get him to sign the release form. So that element of it is in the show. And then, like, his manager was like, on the last day that we were there, he was like, do you want to have lunch with Steven Seagal? So I was like,
oh my God,
I've got to kind of see how this one ends, I guess. Like, yes.
Did you bring your dad?
I brought my dad. So me and my dad had lunch with Steven Seagal in this hotel in Bangkok. And it was exactly as weird as you would imagine. Me, my dad, and Steven Seagal having like...
I would love for Seagal to come to Thailand so I could have lunch with him. He might want to kill me. He might love me because I'm keeping him relevant, but he might want to kill me. But I would love... Joker, if we can get hold of Seagal somehow, see if we can work in media magic, mate. But, yeah.
Lunch would be...
How did your dad and Steven Seagal get on? Because
apparently they have a mutual love of Winston Churchill. So they were talking about Winston Churchill, and he was like, Steven Seagal was like, oh yeah, I'm a huge fan of Winston Churchill. And my dad was like, I have a huge collection of Winston Churchill.
In fairness, Dino, it depends on where the UK they're from. This guy happens to be a bit of a Ponzi-nonce kind of style UK guy.
Books, and they're like, and then they were talking. It was going really well. And
he might, Samantha. He might.
I'm also a huge fan of Vladimir Putin, and my dad was like, I am not a fan of Vladimir Putin. I have no books on Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Anyway, that is just for shits and giggles. I think you might just fucking release that one. Yeah. Oh. So that we're going to just pump out right now. So at some point, if y'all don't mind having a watch of that one, just to get the numbers up, that would be good. Also, if y'all don't mind watching any of these, the Alien one as well at some point, it all helps. The Lawman episode got demonetized, as you can see, because of my constant references to crack and drugs. Apparently, YouTube doesn't appreciate my constant references or clips or editing with crack and drugs. So, but yeah, that's that's all the fresh footage we have for tonight. There is always this to do though. One more time, just for the sake of it, for anyone that missed it. It's all right. Huh. Feeling. Everyone get up and dance. Come on, do it. Feeling so good today. Yes, everyone. I love a 2-leg split kick. Have you done it yet or not? Here we go. Now. Bam. Ain't no standing in the way. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh like a little bitch. It just makes me laugh like a little bitch. For some reason, the Seagal version of that is just so much better than the fucking JCVD version. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh like a motherfucker. But anyway. All right, legends. We're about 2 hours and 35 minutes into this thing. Have you been in that bar? I haven't actually. You know what? It might be a good idea to look into where that bar is and go there and film from some nostalgia. Again, I would really love to get to the internal martial arts tournament in Chiang Mai in December. But again, I don't have a spare $4,000 US, which, by the way, is like 6,000 Australian dollars, just so you all know. But hopefully, between now and then, something miraculous can happen on YouTube where I get a giant influx of money. But I would love to go to that martial arts camp and just have a GoPro, film them, and just actually push back on them and see how they respond. It would be great because everyone who goes to those tournaments, they just basically play along and they suck their balls, which I would refuse to do. I would like to go and literally just not be a dick, but just legitimately ask how this is applicable in any kind of way. But again, they're charging like $3,500 US for that shit. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and I thought about starting a GoFundMe, but I mean, it would have to be that video would have to make some money back to make it worthwhile for people to have to pay $3,500, I guess. But yeah, it would be maybe next year. We'll see how we go. Hopefully, we can get the channel going a bit more. I'm trying to focus a bit more on the channel. I appreciate any feedback y'all can give, but I would dress as Seagal, put the do-rag on, the sunglasses. I got the goatee already, and the fat head and everything else. So, but I would love that. Yeah, look, I don't really do GoFundMe's, man. I'm not really a GoFundMe guy. It kind of goes against my moral compass of asking people for handouts. It's not my style. Even though it's to benefit everyone else as well, I get it, but you know what I mean. Like it's a strange request. I don't know. I don't feel it. We'll see. It might be the way. Yeah, Kickstarter performance. Yeah, it might be. It might be. Well, I guess we leave it up to people. If they want to do it, they want to do it. Nah. I lost the tooth, mate. Like 3 weeks ago. I haven't decided if I'm going to go back to Australia and do it or do it here. I'm a toothless hillbilly. I'm a hillbilly. But yeah, it might be worth doing. Am I allowed to mention JB has just endorsed VP Kamala? What? Bullshit. Is that right? So hold on. So now Trump is running against fucking Kamala Harris. Oh damn. That's even more fucked up. How many votes to decide what? Tears would be amazing. I have no idea what's going on. What are you talking about, Cyrus Lupin? Everyone's all over the place. Someone loved you too long time, yeah. Oh, no shit. Fuck, America's gone to... Oh, damn. How did I lose it? I had 8 crowns put in the front of my mouth in Australia. Paid 20 grand for that fucking shit, right? 20,000 Australian dollars for 8 fucking crowns to fix my teeth. And one of them came out while I was eating, I don't even know what I was eating, some shit. And one of them came out. So that was annoying. And yeah, that's where we're at. Trump has won it. Yeah. 13 minutes ago. Kamala can give a blowjob. Yeah, look, I don't know too much about Kamala Harris, but what I do know is that the bitch apparently used to be some kind of district attorney and just tried motherfuckers to get them locked up regardless if they were innocent. So that's enough for me, if that's true, for me to think this bitch can go to hell. And this is why politics is a joke. And the government can suck a dick in any country because they're not really give a shit about y'all. Worry about yourselves. Any policy that comes in is not meant to help you. It's meant to help the rich people. So just help each other. Kamala Harris. It's a fuck anyway, honestly. It's a fucking shit show. This is why we have this channel, because all this shit's bullshit. Sometimes I think I want to get on and talk about shit like this, but then I realize it's all a shit show. It all means nothing in the end. All that matters is the people that you have around you. Be good to each other and fuck the rest of these motherfuckers, man. They're all just bullshit. They're all just jokes. Exactly, Dino. No one likes a spinner, mate. You either swallow or you get fucked. Black. You can't kill the Donald, yeah. Well, I'm starting to realize that nothing is as it seems anymore. Why is this camera so fucking zoomed in too, by the way? What's going on there? That's an interesting one. All right, where are we? We're at. Let's just have a bit of a chat for the next 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll call it a night, my friends. Is there anything anyone wants to ask specifically? Did I want to ask how I keep my hair in such pristine condition? How I keep my locks flowing so freely? How I keep my goatee looking so nice and neat, and grey hairs and shit everywhere? Black. Wait, am I supposed to care about the people who supply the money? Huh? Heck no, yeah. Oh, taxation's bullshit anyway. What if you're going to explain to me what the point of taxation is when most governments print their own money? I'll wait. You explain to me what the point of taxing us is when they just print their own fucking money. I'll sit here and wait where you answer that question for me. If anyone's an economist out there, please feel free to enlighten me. Yeah, email RuleTuber. Send it all. Have you got clips, fan art? I'll send you an email address now, mate. Hold on one sec. Send through any fan art, porn, any erotic photos of yourself. Ideally, no dick pics, boys. But, if you got something to show off, show it off. The Buddha natures to throw motherfuckers in the bin in the water. Do I shave my pubes? I sure do, mate. I don't want the lady choking on them. I'm a gentleman, if nothing else. So I do that just to make sure she doesn't have any fur balls. Watching the woman in red before bedtime. Does that mean you're watching Pornhub, Dino, or what? That's what I think you're doing, watching Pornhub. See you, Cliff. Take it easy, my brother. Thank you for coming, my friend. All good, Richard. Have a safe trip, mate. Have a safe trip, my friend. All right. Any more questions? We'll do I watched Space Ice last week, and his whole show was basically a Q&A where he talks about some shit. So we'll finish up on a Q&A. Does anyone want to ask anything about not that I have any wisdom for you all, because I'm just a douchebag, but who doesn't know shit. But, I've been living in Thailand. I've been around a little bit. Anyone got any random questions they want to ask a bald 41-year-old dickhead who thinks he knows more than he actually does? So basically anyone on YouTube nowadays? The camera's shit, by the way. It's good. It's even worse. Take it easy, Cliff. Have a good day, my friend. Or good night, depending on where you are. All right. Well, I'm waiting for questions. If not, I'll give another 10 seconds ish, and then we might just might call it a night, my friends. Adam Magnusworth. Put one on your balls, Scott. Put one on your balls. Head towards your fridge and see what happens. Like, stick it to your balls. I want to travel, but I'm afraid I'll get jumped. What are you afraid of, real tuber boy? Are you in Australia? Are you worried about Lebos? Lebos will jump you more in Sydney than you'll cop here. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Elephant riding? Nah, I'm not down with that, Cyrus. I don't do the zoos and the elephants here because most of those motherfuckers are not here of their own accord. The elephants and the animals are not happy. Let's put it that way. So I would not start to do that. I would not be interested in doing that shit. I haven't been to Muay Thai yet, but I will get there. I've been doing my research about the local guys and some of their most infamous fighters, and I will get there at some point. See you, kind. Of course, you finished now. We haven't finished yet, mate, but we're getting there. Good places to start for broker peoples. What do you mean? Country-wise, mate, Thailand is pretty cheap. Otherwise, Vietnam, Philippines. Philippines is cheap as well. What does the world? Well, here's the problem, Joker. Platonics. Well, by the way, we'll get to 1 + 1 × 1 = 2 is great because I think Sensei would like that mathematics. 1 cookie times 1 cookie = 2, or 1 cookie times 1 cookie = 1. I mean, obviously, it's a no-brainer. More locally based historical stuff. Chunky Unai, Where's My Elephant? In Tony Jaa in his Protector movie. Oh, they love elephants here. Hence the name Chang Beer. Chung means elephant in Thailand. So they have their own beer brand. It's very they love elephants here for the most part. It's not like kangaroos in Australia where it's like a national animal, but we also eat the motherfucker. They don't do that shit here. Bro, hit Tiger Muay Thai. Yeah, there's a lot of Muay Thai places here, bro. A lot. What are the angles of incident? Well, I mean, it's all about what is it? Wave conjugations, Joker. It's all about wave conjugations, bro. Wave conjugations, platonic solids, that kind of shit. Yeah, like get with the program, mate. Siam, yeah. Fight pits on borders with schism. I don't know what the hell that means, but I have been out to country areas. My girlfriend lives in a town called Korat, which is down near the Isan area. I've done a few border crossings as well, so you get to the country. I actually don't like the tourist areas. I actually don't like seeing other tourists. White people suck. I didn't come to Thailand to see fuckwits that look like me. I came to see fucking little Asian-looking motherfuckers who are friendlier. So I like the country. Same as Vietnam, I like the country. At some point, once my lease runs out of this condo, I will move, assuming I'm still in Thailand. I will piss off to the countryside where it's nice and quiet, and I'm the only white man for hundreds of kilometers. That's what I like. I like to be the only white dude in the area. Would you shut up? What are you talking about? So I like to go to the countryside at some point and just chill out down there. But yeah, anyway. All right, legends. I think we'll wrap it up now at the 2 hours and 46-minute mark. No idea what the Dallas incident is. Are you talking about Misa? Is that some American shit? I'm not sure. I left Bali overnight as it sucks hard. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I don't go to Bali, Cyrus, because it's just so many full of Aussies. That's why. So, yeah, mate. There's always love for me. Don't worry. I didn't want to go to Indonesia or Bali because there's just too many white people, man. Too many white people. Way too many Aussies anyway. Way too many Aussies. At least here, people are awesome. So, all right, legends. Thank you all for sharing a Sunday with me. It was great to be here in the church. Next week, what have I got next week? I got a movie review and the second annual Bushido Awards video will be coming up. So, Humongous. Have a good night, my friend Dino. Scotty, Miser, everyone else, Tuba, Samantha, everyone else, Joker. I'm trying to get through everyone's names. Ceres. What else we got here? Tuba, Rad. If I miss your name, Paul, Dino. You're all legends, my friends. Next week, some more random shit. And hopefully the sermon again next Sunday. I'll see you all there. But until then, my friends, GV, Plague Bunny, legends. Until next time, my friends, stay awesome. Don't throw chop anyone. Be careful who you happen to diddle with. But above all, stay awesome, legends. Peace. Choker, thank you, my friend. See you next week, brother.